flag. He overweight. He got a zit. He got a hair. It sounds like okay. He got some.
I'm gonna act on anonymous space behalf. Right, I'm gonna say I can psychologize his way out of it. I'll tell you how.
Oh, okay.
You see that guy with the one strand coming out of his hair? He was owning that one strand, yeah. He was owning that psychologically. He was like, do you know what? This one strand out of my hair, I'm not like naive to it. I own it. I love it, and it's what he thinks makes him attractive. He's like, do you know what? I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna chat up Zinga, and I'm gonna be like, you see my little one strand of hair sticking out the top of my head? I'm gonna rock that in the wind. For Zinga.
Zinga as beautiful.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem.
Yeah, you.
I'm not sure he knew it was there, and
he
that's the problem.
That's the problem. He real confident. He can stepped up to Zinga and psychologize his way out of that. Yeah, he real confident. Go ahead, Anonymous. You've been real quiet.
Snake, are you okay? Snake.
Subconsciously, she just told you that she friend zoned him. I'm just saying.
I was just having fun, but I want to hear what Charles has to say.
He was a great guy.
I'm going back to the question. Subconsciously, Zinga just told you she friend zoned him.
I didn't consciously friend zone. I consciously
friend zone yourself out of that.
And I consciously said no thanks.
There go conscious and subconscious. I love how we bring bring it back around.
Yeah, this whole thing is actually quite hilarious. This whole thing is actually quite hilarious. And the reason I say it's hilarious is because, like, with guys that really aren't lookers, what they have to do is they have to work on themselves mentally and change their mindset of how they conduct themselves, right? Because there are women out here that may not find a guy the most attractive, but if they listen to how he speaks and how he carries himself, sometimes, I'm not going to say all the time, but there are instances where a man can talk real smooth, and he got that charm, and he knows how to work it on her.
With the pimple in his forehead. Okay.
No, but that was just lazy.
Right, but this is the thing.
That was lazy on his part, because at the end of the day, if he was going on a date, he could have at least looked in the mirror and made an effort. He could have looked at himself and said, "Do you know what? Right, I don't want to turn up looking like I haven't made an effort." So that was a stupid decision on his part, and he did that maybe subconsciously, I don't know, but if he was more able to tap into his conscious self, he would have actually made an effort. He would have looked in the mirror and he would have understood the assignment ahead of him.
Yeah, but you got to think though, because as much
if I was going on a date with Zinga, I would have popped my spot and shaved my stupid little freaking pubic hair that's coming out the top of my head.
No, but you got to think though, just because we can criticize it and you know, we're judging it from the outside looking in, but to give it a little bit of grace, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say he probably didn't have real friends around him that wanted to see him win, and be honest with him and let him know, like, hey, bro, you looking like crap. You can't be rolling with us like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
right, because any good friend of mine would have intervened and said, mate, if you're going on the date tonight, let me help. All my good friends would have been like, yeah. They would have been there to back me up, and they would have said, like, Mark, you see, you got like a long hair sticking out the side of your head there.
Right.
I've been, thank you for pointing that out to me. Mate, I didn't want to turn up to that date looking like an idiot, you know?
But at the same time, I think that experience was necessary for him, because
but some people don't learn. Some people don't learn from that, because unless you fed that back to him, Zinga, unless you actually told him that,
I didn't say
he's not going to know that. Exactly. Of course you didn't say it, because you're not.
I don't think we match.
Right, because you're not going to turn around to him and say, because you got like a stupid.
He's married to a beautiful, like, chocolate Hershey Kiss woman.
And are you happy? Are you happy for him?
Yeah, they have a.
Well, there we go then. So everything worked out okay. Everything worked out okay in the end anyway, because you're married. He's got his partner,
we went on one date, and then I feel like I have to fend for myself. And then we just became friends because I just wasn't feeling it. Like I gave him a chance. I wasn't initially attracted, but I said, you know what? I could be missing out on a really great guy because I'm not initially attracted. So I went out with him a couple of times anyway, and then was like, you know what? It's just not there. And we became friends. And then a couple of years later, he decided he wanted to say, I like you and I want to date you. And I was like, it's just not there. And then I was a little bit offended because he did have that hair and the bleeding pimple and didn't try.
Yeah.
But now, you know, it doesn't matter. Like now he's married. High five.
Yeah, high five. No. Quickly. Just quick questions, Inga. Speaking of, right, you know, like you're saying you're still friends with this guy. You know, one thing that because one thing that comes up in conversation quite a lot is, can a man and a woman actually be friends if there's no kind of like sexual attraction there in the first place? And why do men and women maintain relationships? Like, can a man really be a friend with a woman if there's no like sexual attraction there in the first place?
No, like I consider Marte a friend. Me and Marte don't talk every day. We don't talk every week because I'm a woman and he's a man, and you just don't do that. Yeah. Right. I have a married couple that me and my husband used to be friends with, and I found out that her husband worked literally across the street from the place I worked. And Scott was like, "Hey, do y'all ever get lunch?" I was like, "No, I'm not playing that game. I'm not playing with fire. You just don't."
Yeah.
Stop the cap.
I didn't.
But hang on a sec, right? Because I actually think, right, that I can be friends.
The friendship is different.
I think I can be friends with you,
I'm not talking to men every day. You can't do that. It's just
right. But I think I can be friends with you, right? And I think I can be friends with the likes of Carmen as well. And the reason being is because I've learned this, right? Because back in the no, I'll tell you why, right? When I first meet a woman, I'm always like judging them on their appearance, their physical attraction, the way they present themselves, the way they articulate, all that kind of stuff. And you know what? I find a lot of it endearing, and I can find myself being attracted to a woman, but at the same time, I know my place in the world. Yeah, no, hang on. I'm saying I know my place in the world. So, for example, if you're single, I'm like, right, I'm gonna like make a move. But as soon as I realize that you're in a stable relationship or you're married, right, I make this conscious decision to say, do you know what? I'm going to still flirt with that person and have a bit of banter and a bit of fun, but I'm not going to destroy their relationship. I'm not going to destroy the relationship because...
Mark.
What?
Okay, this is what I think you should do. And I think Vibe and Anonymous will tell you the same thing. When you're interacting with a woman in a relationship of any kind, dating or married, if they were your girlfriend or your wife, how would you want other dudes to treat them that are their friends?
Exactly.
You don't flirt with other people's girlfriends and wives.
That's what I'm saying.
Cutesy. You don't talk to other people's girlfriends and wives every day and text them and all that stuff. So my guy friends, we don't talk all the time. Even when I wasn't married, even when I was dating, I didn't talk to my dude friends. Even ones I grew up with and have known since we were children, we didn't talk every day. We don't talk all the time. We don't hang out one-on-one all the time and stuff like that. So when a woman says, I have a friend, to me, at least for me, that means that I see them every once in a while and we're friendly and we've hung out a few times and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, because
really important to what you were saying too, right? Like I love antidotes, right? So like my wife and I both have this understanding. When I go to school, like, and pick up the kids, I've had one of the mothers go, your kid and my kid are best friends. Can we do a play date? And I go, here's my wife's number. I don't say, hey, take my number. We'll set it up. I go, here's my wife's number. And my wife does the same thing. If a husband is picking up their kid and goes, our kids, she goes, here's my husband's number. Now, if the husband and us become friends, I still don't cross that barrier until like, we're best friends, and like her husband says, hey, my wife's doing this thing, can you text her? Right? Not until the husband gives me permission to be like, you can openly talk to her, and then I'm not going to like open up that conversation going, hey, now it's open. Right? This is something that you do in a relationship.
Check this out. This is important, right, for me to say, right? So my best friend's wife, me and my best friend, we both flirted with that same woman on the same night, right? What happened is I went to approach her. Right. Check this out. This is a fun story. Right, this is a fun story. It's a fun story. It's a fun story. Check it out. Right. So I went and approached this bird for a kiss, right, one night on a night out. Like we went out clubbing, and I went and approached her for a kiss, and she said to me, Mark, I've just kissed like your mate Dan. Like I can't be kissing you tonight, right? And I'm like, oh, so no, it wasn't that at all. I said this. Oh, okay, fair enough. Sorry, I didn't realize that you had a thing going on. I didn't realize. I actually was naive to it. I just made an approach and I made a move. And it turns out on the same night, they had a little thing going on. Okay. And so I said, okay, that's fine. I think that, I'll take a step back and see how it goes. And now they're happily married. They've got 2 kids together. And I'm very much a supporter and like still his best friend. Now the trouble is when they have an argument, right? I've noticed that she sometimes weaponizes that, and she'll turn around and say, "Well, I could have had Mark," and I'm like, "Oh!" And I had to turn around to my friend and say, "No, I had to turn around to my friend and say, do you know what, Dan? She couldn't have had me because I would have fucked her that night, right? And I wouldn't have been in the same situation that you're in today, where you've got 2 children and a 10-year relationship marriage. I would have probably done like, shagged her, and it wouldn't have gone anywhere." So
you just earned a point in your masculinity score, sir.
Oh, thank you. Oh, sweet. Well, I'm gonna shut up there. Then.
It hurts. Let it go, bro. It's okay.
I don't know though. It's a slippery slope. Like if she's using you as like, well, I could have done this right now, and you have to make sure she's not calling you up to tell you what he did wrong, because that's the slippery slope that actually goes where you're as a single man go, I understand, and she's like, oh, finally a man that understands me, where those boundaries cross, and that's not only just crossing her trust. It's psychology.
Well,
right?
The reason I brought this up is because we were talking about female friendship.
You're crossing so many different lines there.
She's crossing.
Yeah, but the reason I brought this up is because we were talking about female friendship.
She crossed the line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the reason I brought is no, she doesn't. She's not a slut, and she's not a slag. She's a happily married woman, right, with 2 beautiful children.
Married.
She is happily married, right? But what I'm saying is reason I brought this up is because I'm talking about how you can become a friend with a woman without overstepping the line, to the point where, because I don't fancy her. I don't fancy her at all. I don't actually fancy her. The point being is that
I just throw this out there really
my
quick, right?
friend's wife is my friend.
And the woman, she could have been a virgin when she got married, but if she doesn't feel like her husband's listening to her, and then all of a sudden she calls you and she feels like you're listening, this is where most marriages end, because they're like, I found a man that's listening, right? This is the line that men shouldn't ever cross and women shouldn't cross, right? She's guilty, you're guilty. Well, I'm not saying you're guilty, so I don't know if that ever actually happened. But this is the line where divorces happen with really good women, just because they feel like they weren't being listened to in their marriage and an outside man is listening to them. And this is why men should never put themselves in that situation, and women should never put themselves in that situation, because it doesn't work out well.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Agreed.
I hope he doesn't hear that. I'm really worried, hoping that he doesn't watch this podcast right the way through to this part, because I don't want to bring up all that kind of shit. I'm saying it out.
Carmen, I was going to ask, have you ever had how are your relationship with guy friends?
I have them.
But what do they look like? How do y'all interact and whatnot?
How I
I'm your
interact
friend.
with it is- yeah, Mark's my friend. I think as long as both people have boundaries they're not willing to cross, then absolutely. Why shouldn't have you have friends?
Well, I was telling Mark that I think like my friends with girls is very different than my friends with guys. Like we don't talk
Oh,
every
definitely.
day. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of female friendships, unfortunately, I know. I don't. It's a slippery slope because in my experience, a lot of my female friendships, I compete with them,
Really?
and not competing, with guys. It just always felt a little competitiveness. I guess.
There
you
are
can
some
call it-
I just
I guess
kind
you
of
can call it friendly competition. I don't know. But
it's
a lot
unhealthy.
a lot of my female friendships have had that not that they're bad friends, but they have that underlining
Bitchiness.
competition with them.
I have a friend. Had a friend. I kind of just distanced myself literally last week, or was it week
Mhm.
before? Because there is that, and I'm like, you know what? I just really want good people in my life, and I want people
Right.
that
You
care about
just
me.
it's
But
hard.
I started dating Scott, and Scott is 6'3". I wasn't looking for a tall guy. I just happened to get a tall dude that used to model, right?
Oh man, goddamn.
But I just wanted a good man. He happened to be good and sexy. But she started dating. We got married. She started dating her guy, and she kept talking about how he's 6'4". And you're like, oh,
Oh.
okay. And but she
See,
kept
that's the
saying
thing.
it, and you're
That's the
like,
thing. I don't trust. See,
what?
I'll say it like this. I have female friendships. I have male friendships. My female friends can't come around hubby by himself. No. I mean, I'm gonna be in the house, but you by yourself.
This leads on to something. This leads really onto something because I was thinking about this. Yeah.
I don't play that. I don't play that. No, no, you can't. You
Yo.
can't come around my bed by yourself. Are you crazy?
So I was thinking about this. I was like, how is it?
Like, oh, hey, come here.
How is it?
I'm gonna be there.
Mark
you
is being
can't come by my
toxically
house.
masculine. I can't hear Carmen.
Sorry,
Oh.
I do it all the time.
No. That's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna say it like this: like my female friendship, my male friendships are completely different. But my female friendships can't, like you were saying, Zinga. Yeah, they can't. No. You. I mean, you can come here when I'm here.
Yeah.
You can't come when I'm not here.
Mm-hmm.
No, you cannot. No, you cannot. From the
That's
opposite,
just protecting everybody, right?
I just don't trust. No. From the opposite end, I think there is certain men that might, that may be around, may be allowed to be around me, but from my end, no, you bitch, you can't come here. I don't even trust a lot of my own family members around my damn man. No.
Carmen, we need to get you better friends.
Okay, so Carmen, I got a question.
I think that's just normal around females, to be honest.
Okay, so Carmen, I got a question.
Chris Rock said it. Chris Rock said, when men think about females, they like, oh, I want a female like my man's friend. Women don't think like that. Women think, no, I don't want somebody like him. I want him. No, bitch, you cannot come around. No, go away.
Fair enough.
And if there's going to be too much problems, it's going to be a lot of this.
Tiger uppercut.
I'm not Latino. I don't play that shit.
Right. All right. So vibe. So we have a question that we've been going back and forth over. And the question is, do we choose partners consciously or subconsciously? What you got on that?
Yeah. I mean, I was posting some things in the channel. And I was thinking about that. I think it's both conscious and subconscious. I think we all have, I mentioned this, I think we all have an idea of who we want and who the perfect partner is, but then we fall for somebody and it's not that particular person. And that might be the perfect person for us. Or maybe we're kind of going astray there just because the sex is good or their body's banging and we never thought we were going to be able to get to that point. And then we accept all the other flaws they have. You know, there's the short-term goals of attraction and the long-term goals of attraction. I think we all know our long-term goals, but I think when we actually fall for those first people, and that's part of the process of dating, we go for our short-term goals. Like, does this person make me happy today? Does this person make me feel strong today? Do they kiss well today? Right? We don't think about, is this person going to provide for me in the future? Is this person going to hold me up when I fall? Is this person actually aligned with my morals, my political views, my religion? Right? These are not the long-term things we think of when we're attracted to somebody. We just go based off of that reaction. I even know with my wife, she was not the skin color I wanted. She was not the hair color I wanted. She was not the eye color I wanted.
Oh, really?
I fell for her. We were sitting across from the table and I could just read her mind. And I saw that she was reading my mind. We knew everything that was going on. And it was just like, it was done at that point. Right.
So would you say
that's really interesting?
Biological instant chemical attraction. Biology.
That sounds like
yeah. It turned out well. I mean, 3 kids later and still married.
Was it emotional, biological, or psychological?
Well,
initially?
She's also very attractive, even though she wasn't in the hair color, and even in the standards. My prior dating, which wasn't a big experience, so I mean, I'm kind of an amateur when it came to dating before I got married. Under the fingers I have on my hands, I always liked brunettes, but for some reason, I always ended up with like blondes. And then my final thing was not a brunette or a blonde. It was a black-haired, much more tan or darker lady. So like, but it's just that we aligned morally, we aligned mentally, we aligned everything. And she's beautiful too. You know, and that's beautiful. You know, that's what happens, right? So all my previous relationships were attraction, but that instant attraction, that first attraction, not the long-term attraction.
Damn, you're fine as hell.
So what made you talk to her to begin with?
Yeah, vibe.
That's a long story.
What made you approach her to begin with? Or maybe she approached you. Hell.
Yeah, vibe. Talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mean to get so personal. Don't.
Yeah, no, I mean, okay. So
don't share
get
something
personal.
that you know.
I'll try to make it as fast as I can. It is kind of a long story. So
take your time, bro.
Version of it, I was working for a company here in the United States. They said, "You're the smartest guy in this company. We want to open a company in another country. Go to that country. We'll give you whatever resources you want." So I went to that country. And I was supposed to hire and like find an office building and fill 2 floors with 300 employees in like 4 months. I flew my recruiter out from the United States to find a recruiter there. The recruiter hired my now wife. And by the way, I was there for over a year. And she worked under me and we never actually talked. Like basically she came into board meetings and I was like, how many people do we have? This, and this. It was an outside instance after that when we were throwing like a work party and nobody showed up for 2 hours except for her and I. And we just were sitting there and we were chatting a little bit. And then when everybody showed up, that's when all of a sudden the telepathy started happening where like people were saying things. And I was like, I cannot believe what that person said. I looked at her and I saw her going, can you believe what they just said? But we didn't say anything, right? You could just see it in the eyes. And like the rest of the night, it was just like, we were thinking the exact same thing and we didn't have to say anything. We could just tell from each other's eyes that our brains were on the same chemistry, right?
Chemistry, physical attraction. That's what I'm saying. I said that earlier.
Another example, Anonymous. Another example, Charles. Psychology
like
came second.
biology.
Okay.
But I mean, I mean,
Pheromones and
we had lots of
biology.
beautiful women working at our company. I didn't actually seek her out or go after her. Right? It was this outside scenario. It was in a country that doesn't have HR rules. Thank God for that.
Is she a hot blood
but,
like Thai chick?
But subconsciously, were you attracted to her before the psychology
I feel
came?
like
Subconsciously, something drawed to her.
But
something drawed you to her.
subconsciously, you wouldn't know until maybe much later.
Things like I saw that she was beautiful the first time when we hired her, but I wasn't like, oh, I want to get with that girl. There were other beautiful girls too, just like I see in movies, but I've seen their personalities too in like the public face. I'm like, I would never want to be with them just because they're beautiful. So I don't know if that necessarily is biologically, you're like, oh, I'd love to be with a girl with like that if she was like had a personality like this, but her personality sucks. I don't like. I think women are more into men's personalities and their looks second, and men
emotionally.
Are
do you think that women are more emotionally attracted to a man, and a man is more physiologically attracted to a woman? What do you think to that?
Yeah, I think there's a percentage.
And also, just
make this percentage up. I'm going to say men are more physically attracted to women, and 40% more emotionally, and exactly vice versa. And I'm making those numbers up.
And now, when it comes to psychology, right?
Well,
quick question. Mark. Yeah,
I think both sexes, when that 40% or that 60% is so much stronger than the looks, that person's looks actually rise. Like you physically look at them because you're so emotionally attached to them. I think you see them physically more beautiful, and I think that happens for both sexes, to be honest.
I said that earlier. Yeah, I agree.
Right, but then to add a caveat to that, then, because that's great, because I agree with that as well. But to add the caveat, what we were discussing earlier was psychology is another thing to add to the thing. Do you think that you added psychology? Where do you add psychology into this mix? Like, did you use psychology first, or was it initial attraction first? And where does psychology come into maintaining and holding down this relationship? And how long have you been together for?
12 years and 3 kids.
Oh, wow.
And first marriage.
Oh, man, goddamn.
Right. Okay. So you've got, go on. Where do you think psychology falls into this? Like, did you do you think you use psychology before, like when you were going out there initially trying to date, or was, like you say, you just caught her eye, like you explained a minute ago?
Oh, I didn't use any psychology. There was no psychology involved. It was biology.
Do you feel like you use psychology now, though, like to maintain and hold down the relationship?
No, I mean, yes. Okay. So I'm going to give psychology a bit. I'm going to give biology a bit. I'm going to give God a bit. I'm going to give responsibility and children a bit. So sometimes there have been points with both of us where we're just like, I'm fed up with you. She's like, I'm fed up with you. And then we're like, but we have the kids. And then we both have to go to God. And then we come back together and we're like, do you remember that time we went through that? Like, if we didn't have God, we wouldn't be together now. And I'm so glad we didn't run like everybody else does and get a divorce, right? Like, we are stronger to get today, better. I'd even say, like, I don't want to throw, I do want to throw this out. Our sex life is even better than it was when we started, right? Like, we're still physically attracted to each other. We're still with each other, but it's not just psychology. It is biology, because I go to the gym. She goes to the gym. We have 3 kids. We're old. I'm 50. I'm turning 54 in like a couple days. And we have God and we have our pastor. Yeah. Like, it's not just psychology. You have to look at everything.
Sweet. Congratulations, man. I like that.
Is she a hot-blooded Latina or a hot-blooded Thai?
Oh, now you're asking the real questions. Yeah, I like this.
Because he may have a biological
We all want to know.
Presupposition towards dark women.
We all want to know. I was wondering the same thing. You said she said.
No, that's what I was saying.
Because
My whole life,
here's why.
I've dated white women that either I always wanted a brunette, but I always ended up dating white blondes. And I was sent to the Philippines to start this company. And she was born in the Philippines, super successful. Already had bought her parents' house, and her childhood house and her parents' house. Already had a great career, and then we hired her to bring in 300 people. So I always was attracted to somebody that I could lead, but at the same time was competent.
This is good. This is good because we were talking about power couples a little bit ago.
Yes, thank you.
And it was like, what is a power couple for this generation is kind of like when the man leads, but they both are like competent and can make lots of money and that type of thing.
Yeah, and that's one of the things we talk about a lot in our relationship. She makes good money, and I know her personality. She won't admit it, but she likes to work and she likes to dominate. But she always tells me, I don't want to have to work. And she wouldn't be with me if she had to work. She's like, if I need to take care of kids, I want that. I want that ability. If I need to do these things, I want that ability. I want to make sure if I fall, you're there to lift me up. I want to make sure if somebody breaks in the house, you're going to freaking kill them. I want to make sure that you're always protecting me.
When you make household decisions for your home, for your wife and your children and your family, do you consider her feelings into the situation?
This is a hard thing, right? Because I've had
right. Because that's what I said earlier. When Zinga said power couples, I was like, yeah, I think we all want somebody to.
Carmen, you're a witness.
Yeah,
I'm going to pull Andrew Wilson here
somebody like
and say,
break into the door, but I'm just saying, your decisions affect me. So do you think about what happens to her
when you have 2 votes in a house?
Yeah,
somebody always has to be the winner, right?
Yeah.
And in our house, that's me. But that's not because I put my foot down and said, when you marry me, every decision I make is going to be final. It's because when she married me, she said, I trust you and I'm going to come to you with my ideas and I'm going to listen. And by the way, she has said some things where I'm like, oh, I didn't know when you wrap a banana on the top, it actually keeps them longer, right? I thought it was a stupid thing. And I didn't put my foot down and say, you're wrong, right? But she is never put down when it comes down to the tough decisions. She married me because she trusts me in making that decision. It's this weird thing where people outside of this look at it as like a dominance thing where like I'm sitting here going, you got to be barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. No, I've never had to say that. And she never has been. I like that she works. She knew that I liked that she worked, right? And we just have that trust coming into it in the first place, right? And if it does come down to the tiebreaker, she does trust my decision. Now, somebody could ask, what if she decides tomorrow to go against your decision? I don't know what's going to happen there. And we have had those disputes where she's like, no, I think this is the right thing. And I'm like, I'm going to put a spreadsheet together. And I'm going to show you everything that's why this works out better in the long run. And then she goes, okay, that's good. And she trusts it. So our relationship is based more on trust than dominance. So I don't dominate her. She trusts me.
Right.
And we do make dual decisions, by the way.
I love that. I love that.
I have a few things to say.
Yeah, go ahead, Zingo.
A couple of things. First of all, I have this gift from God where I can look at a white man and I can tell if he likes women of color. And
oh, really? Yes. She's calling me out, man, because I was going to say before.
Mark, this is not about you. Calm down.
But it is because it feels personal to me because I've realized that I actually do really am massively attracted to women of color.
Good for you that your country's being run by a bunch of brown women. So that's good for you.
No, but in general, but it's because there's something special. But it's not all black women. Don't get me wrong. There's a certain type of woman of color.
Can I finish my?
Of course you can. Sorry.
Monologue?
Sorry.
Okay, I can.
Again, sorry.
I have a gift from God where I can look at a white man, and I can tell if he likes just white girls, colored women. Yes, colored women, or if he just likes women. My husband just likes women. I can tell. Vibe, I can see it. You like melanin. You like the melanin. And that's why I asked. I said, I bet that his wife just got some melanin, because sometimes it's the whitest of men that will surprise you.
But hear me out. Do you remember earlier I said like you can smell a man in the room? Yeah, right. It's the same. Like there are pheromones. There are pheromones. Yeah, that people release. Right, and I know. Like when, like you can tell when a woman.
Vibe.
Right, and also right.
I can look at him and tell.
I can, but
if me and Vibe were friends back in the day before he was married, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm dating this blonde girl," I'd have been like, "Why?"
No, but
what are you doing?
Hold up. I'm saying that different people, whether they're man or white or black, yeah, man or woman, white or black, yeah, like people release different pheromones, yeah, like different attractive pheromones. Black women and white women even have different like ovulation cycles, isn't it? Ovulation cycles, yeah, or reproductive cycles, right? And so there is always a differentiation, and we can't deny that. And I actually find like when I'm surrounded like or with a really attractive black woman, you know, with a like, and I find her really attractive. Like,
when was the last time that happened?
Well, I used to work in care, and I was surrounded by like so many of them. I know lots of black females, and I've never had sex with one. I'll be honest.
Stop the cap.
What has the conversation shifted to? I think you know what. My 2 cents. I only have 2 cents in this. I have 2.
Stop the cap.
I think that the very same thing y'all find attractive. That's what it is. Y'all find attractive the very same thing that y'all say that y'all don't like. I bet you, Vibe, if your wife would have told you, nah, we ain't going with this hiring people, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, your blonde little white girl would not. Yeah, sure, Vibe. Let's hire whoever you want. No, Vibe found attractive. No, let's go with this one because she does
I see
this,
what you mean.
that, and brother. I think that's not defiant.
He's saying he found her submissiveness attractive.
Submissive in what way? Submissive in a way that, yeah, I know what you're saying, but not a yes woman. That's what they like.
You mean that they like a little pushback?
They like a little pushback. They like a little.
Anonymous doesn't. I can tell you that right now.
So please, Anonymous likes.
Anonymous, do you like pushback?
Anonymous likes a little bit of pushback. Anonymous likes. That's why he put his camera off. Anonymous likes a little pushback.
You think I do?
I guarantee.
You think I do?
Yeah, I think you do. That's
no, Anonymous is psychological.
I think Anonymous likes the fact that I disagree with him a lot. I really do. I guarantee you right now, if I cuss out
what makes you think that?
Anonymous, Mark, and Coley, now that he's back, I can cuss all of y'all motherfuckers out in Spanish, and y'all still like it.
Is that true?
I don't know. 'Cause I heard Jennifer Lopez say some mighty dirty words or whatever, and I'm like, damn, I don't know what she said, but I feel offended.
Not
but Carmen, you know what the difference is? Is if you do that, I know you don't mean it.
I don't mean it.
Nope.
I don't mean it.
Nope.
I don't mean it.
Nope.
Oh, okay. So I can threaten to kill Vibe right now in Spanish. I guarantee you he'll like it.
Oh, I would. Go on. Do it.
No, he's
Yeah, go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Do it.
Right now. See, I told you. That's why he got the wife that he got. His wife is very submissive to a reason. He didn't
do it.
Like White Becky. He didn't like White Becky that told him to hire whoever. He liked the brunette that said, "No, you tripping. We're gonna hire this one instead." And I don't care what you said. That's what they like about it.
Brunettes are nicer anyway. Blonde people are just.
That's what they
What
like
did I
about
just
it.
come back
Vibe,
to?
can we get a fact check, please?
Vibe, you gotta fight back. Vibe, fight back.
Okay. So you want me to speak Spanish?
Welcome back, Coley.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Okay, bye.
And Zinga, happy New
Yo
Year.
te
It's
puedo
been a
decir
long
lo que tú
time.
quieras y míralo ahí, rojito como un tomate. ¿Qué es lo que tú quieres hacer? Dime.
That just makes me
There
want
you
fried
go.
rice, to be honest.
Ooh,
There you
wait a minute.
Yeah, that sounds sexy. It was
you.
interesting because I was actually on a panel the other day with a bunch of liberals that were like screaming at, or actually it was half women and half liberal men. And they were screaming at me about my Christian like hierarchy, right? And they asked, the man asked me, he's like, what gives you the right to like think that you are the final decision maker? And I said, you know what? Don't ask me. Ask the women what they want from men. And what they all said was basically they never thought they needed a man to make a decision for them. They never wanted a man to make a decision for them, but they found a man that gained their trust, built a relationship. And like one of them, they live in like in Northern California. And like when there's a mudslide, she's like, I know my husband's going to go out there, fix it, take care of me. Like, she's like, I never thought I was going to need that. Right. So all four women answer. And then the men come back in, the liberal men come back in trying to like correct their answers. And I literally said, I was like, see, here's the problem with the liberal men. You guys didn't listen to the women. You didn't listen that all you need is to gain their trust, to prove yourself worthy. You have to prove yourself worthy to a woman first before a woman's going to trust you. You can't just go, I like you.
Anonymous just turned his head.
Now I'm in charge.
Anonymous just turned his head. Anonymous was like, what?
Can I caveat that? I would say the right woman, because there's some women that you can't gain their trust, or you shouldn't try to, because they're not worthy of you risking your life and laying down your life.
Don't marry them.
Yeah, don't marry those women.
and this
No, hang on. I'm listening to what Zinga's saying because she's onto a point here, I think. Go on.
No, I was saying
expand on that.
If I had a son, I hope I do. Pray for me, y'all. I want a son so bad.
Damn,
I'll pray for you. I'll pray for you tonight.
I have two girls, and
I'm adding it to my prayer book.
Thank you. And anyway, and if I had a son, and I were talking to him about women, Scott is at work, whatever. I would be like, you don't prove yourself to every woman. Every woman doesn't deserve it. She has to deserve it too. Like, she has to deserve you laying your life down, and you have to deserve her following you. That's what I would say.
I want to know why Anonymous said Anonymous just stay quiet and he's
Anonymous is nihilistic and black pilled or red pilled or whatever pill.
No, Anonymous is doing a very good job because he's hosting like it's got to be difficult to host like a group of people that like us.
But we're talking
all
about
like me.
Yeah, we talk about something different. Anonymous just spin around the chair. I don't have my spin around chair. I will spin around with him. But,
he's got a spin around chair. I missed it.
Spin around.
I missed
spin
it.
Around, Anonymous. Spin around and then say your thoughts.
Look, it's just funny. It's just funny because I got so much pushback for what I said earlier.
What did you say?
I got so much pushback for me saying that the psychology plays into the attraction first, and Vibe's example proved just that. What did he say? You got to get a woman to trust you, and that's up here.
But if you're talking about initial attraction, you don't know if the person's crazy, if the person's on pills because they're psychotic. You don't know anything. So if you're talking about initial attraction, it's biology. Is this man strong? Can this woman have children? Am I attracted to them sexually? And then you go on from there. Psychology plays a part later on when you're making conscious decisions about whether or not you stay or whether you want that person in your life.
On the same page.
No. The reason
how do you use psychology when you're in the first 10, 15, 20, let's say I'll give you 3 hours. The first 3 hours of meeting a person, how do you use psychology to know if you're attracted?
Because you're trying to figure them out.
But before you try to figure them out,
to know,
right, Zinga, I agree with you.
Yeah, you know immediately.
Before you try to figure them out, you have to have that biological, right? You're like, okay, I've got 100 people at a club that I can use psychology on, but what's my biology tell me on which one I'm going to use my psychology on, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not always the case.
Because
explain the opposite.
Hypothetical.
Because you're not going to be biologically attracted to every woman you come in contact with, just like a woman's not going to be emotionally attached to every man she comes in contact with. So you can't put that first.
So therefore, attraction and biology happens first, and then psychology comes later.
Emotionally,
because you don't approach and talk to someone if you're not attracted to them, unless you're asking them to move out of the way so you can get past them.
It's the impulse. Anonymous is the type to sit in the corner and just watch the whole club scene, bar, whatever you want to call it.
You want to know what's funny about that?
You the one.
You do that.
You
no,
do that.
I don't.
And I don't even know you. And I don't even know you personally. So I'm using my psychology. I'm using my psychology to clock you. You're the type to stand in the corner at a bar, at a club, at a restaurant, whatever, and watch everybody.
Can I ask you a question, Anonymous?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll put you. There's a hot new rooftop bar in your city, and you go to it.
Okay.
And you're like, I'm here specifically to talk to a girl and meet a woman.
All right, let's get it.
How do you pick the woman if you're not doing what Carmen just said, and if you're not doing what Vibe and I are saying? How do you pick?
The psychology.
No, I'll go based on who I think would be easiest to talk to.
He goes for the wounded fawn. So he does do psychology first. He's like, which one of these girls are psychologically, emotionally vulnerable that I can take advantage of?
The corner that's eating chicken wings because nobody else is around her. She looks easy to talk to.
Here you go. Exactly.
That's not always true.
That's what you go for? The low hanging fruit?
No, but you notice I didn't mention anything about looks though. Y'all brought looks into it.
Okay, sorry. Explain.
No, because think about this. And I know that the way I think and how I process things may not be reflective of all the guys on the panel, but the way I look at it is like this. I have experience with different types of women, right? And so you learn over time to not focus so much on what they look like, because a lot of times what ends up happening, and the Bible proves this too. The Bible also tells us guys not to always prioritize looks, because you never know what's inside of a person, right? So what determines whether you keep a person or stay with them is not the physical attraction, it's what's after that. So in a sense, you kind of have to program yourself out of certain things. Now, I'm not disagreeing with you guys when you say you look at somebody and then there tends to be a spark there. That does happen. But at the same time, it doesn't happen with every woman you see. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, you don't prioritize physical looks with every woman you come in contact with.
Hit the cap. What's your
you don't.
Cap button? Hit
you
the
don't.
Cap. Hit the cap button, Anonymous.
You mean this one?
Cap.
Yeah. Cap. No, I'm talking about the other one.
Oh, this one?
Cap.
Stop the cap.
Yeah.
I got this one too.
You lie! You lie! Lies! Lies! When will the lies end?
Yeah, I got that one
yeah,
too.
You lie. You
No,
lie.
but
let me
You
let me
lie.
push
You
back
want to know
because
Go
why?
ahead.
You
Go
want to
ahead.
know why I know that you're lying? Because in a room full of Lauryn Hills, you will always go for the Mega D Stallions. That's all it is.
Nope.
That's what you lie.
possibly.
You
But
lie.
I'll push back because the physical attraction, according to the Bible, is not bad. There's a whole book called Songs of Solomon where he describes this woman's titties like deer.
Damn, you're fine as hell.
Look. You made Vibe
Did she
uncomfortable.
just say
He just no,
You made
it
Vibe
is. Go read Songs of
Oh
Solomon.
my gosh.
Also, he talks about in between her legs and how they feel and all that stuff.
Oh,
It's
man.
not bad to go based off of physical attraction, but then you use your consciousness and your psychology to say, you use your mind to go, is this person worth me continuing talking to? So have you ever been at a place, birthday party, wherever, and said, I really want to talk to a girl tonight or today or whatever, and just pick the ugly girl? Like you picked a girl you were not attracted to at all? Have you ever picked a girl to talk to that you were not attracted to at all?
Sometimes,
physically?
yeah. Sometimes.
You've gone and talked to women that you thought were not attractive?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I can. Why
That's
not?
ridiculous.
So you're telling me, so wait, hold on.
That is ridiculous.
How? Elaborate.
Physical attraction. You remember when I was
Okay.
talking about that guy
Mm-hmm.
that had the hair coming out of his forehead, the one slice of hair?
Yeah.
To me, that signified that he does not try to take care of himself. If you're talking about people who are significantly overweight, you go, there is a character flaw there that tells me that they have low impulse control. There's a lot of reasons why you look at the attractiveness level of someone, and one of those is biology. Do you even like the lips? Do you like the booty? Do you like the hair? Do you like this and that? You go from there, and then you find out what kind of person they are. But you're telling me that you do the opposite of what every other human being does, and you go towards the people who you think are ugly?
That's not always the case, but sometimes, yeah.
What makes you go towards the ugly woman?
Well, what I said earlier is you scan people and you gauge who you think would be easiest to talk to. Because human beings, this is the thing with human beings,
Why are
right?
you looking for easy women to talk to rather than a woman that you really want?
Because a lot of times the women you want tend not to be the ones that are good for you.
Well, how do you know unless you find out?
Experience.
By talking to them.
Experience.
So you look at a woman, you say, man, I'm really attracted to her, but she's probably trash. I'll go for the ugly one.
I'll give you an example. So let's get candid real quick. So I have a type, right? I have a type that I like. I like women with tattoos. I like women that have a gothic look. I like women that have piercings, maybe gauges. I like women that have colored hair. I like women with nice bodies, right? I like all that. But here's the thing.
Okay,
Hold on.
I'm holding.
Here's the thing though. The ones that I would deem as my type, I know they're not good for me. I know that. I know it.
So why are they your type?
And that's the crazy part. That's the crazy part.
Do you like septum piercings as well?
No.
Okay,
No.
good.
That I don't
please.
like. Nah.
Anonymous,
The
no.
Southern Piercings don't like. Okay.
No, because this is the thing, though. This is the thing, right? So with guys, something that's biologically hardwired into us is not something that we choose to do. It's kind of like what Mo Rebuttal said earlier when he said attraction can't be negotiated. We're biologically hardwired to already be attracted to the woman. That's a given. But again, we can say that, but then what does society also tell men? Don't try to chase and hump everything you see, right? We always preach about men need to have self-control and y'all need to learn how to keep it in y'all's pants and this and this and that, right? But then the moment I say that I actually practice discretion and I scan people,
that's not discretion.
Hold on.
It's
Well, how
not.
is it not? How is it not?
Because discretion doesn't mean go after the ugly chicks. The chicks that you find ugly and unattractive, go after those. What they're trying to tell you to do, what you say the world is trying to tell you to do, is practice self-control. That means with women that you actually find attractive. The other thing too is I would bet that hold on, Mark, hush for a second. I would bet that you wanting these women with a bunch of tattoos and stuff and et cetera, et cetera. First of all, there have been I believe there's been studies done with specifically women that have a bunch of tattoos and all of that jazz, and like what is it, like when you change your appearance too much, like with the
body modification.
Body modification.
Yep.
They've got some mental things going on that is unhealthy. So it could be that your attraction is to unhealthy women, not because you like the tattoos and stuff.
No, but hold on, and see, and that's the thing. That's the thing. So me knowing that, I actively do what I can to stay away. Now, I ain't gonna lie. It's hard. It is. I'm not gonna lie. It is very difficult because I see them and I'm like, man, I want to talk to her, but I'm like, I know I can't. I know I got to stay away because a lot of times I'm gonna keep it real. Certain types of women, they have demons. They have demons. And I know based on what I see out in the world, based on people's experiences and this and that, and even with biblical examples, a lot of the men went for women that they thought were their type, and it ended up ruining them because they're going after their type.
Mm-hmm.
And
so why not find a universally attractive woman and talk to her? Why find the ugly chick?
I didn't necessarily say that I'd go for somebody that's ugly.
Didn't you say, I can't remember exactly, but didn't you say women you're not attracted to? Wouldn't that be like ugly women?
No.
Okay.
No, he didn't say ugly women, but he's definitely putting his emotions in front of it.
I would like to know if it
you
was
said
the other
psychology of it. You said psychology. Psychology tells you shouldn't go for the tattoo piercing women because they might be.
That's me overlooking. But see, that's me overlooking. I'm making a conscious choice to overlook the appearance. That's something conscious that I practice.
Yeah, no, that's the point.
No.
Men go for biology, women go for emotional. Yes, you would be attracted to the tattoo, piercing, whatever.
But biology doesn't dictate a type.
But yeah, that's
biology
your type.
Biology doesn't dictate a type.
Says that wouldn't be best for you.
Yeah, but
let's bring it back. Let's bring it back for a second.
Bring me back in. Bring me back in. Hang on. Am I back?
Mark.
Hold up. Right. Because I hate septum piercings and I hate tattoos, yeah? In fact, right, last time I shagged a bird, right, I went floppy because I saw a fucking ugly tattoo, yeah? And I was like, ugh, you're not... She made me floppy, okay? Because she uglified herself.
That's why you should let me finish first, because what I was going to do is actually back this up to biology and pure biology, right? We've got women that you're attracted to, women that you're not attracted to, and let's just say tattoos don't exist, body piercings don't exist, none of that stuff exists, right? Okay, so they're either attractive to you or they're not. Pure biology, not piercings, not tattoos, any of that stuff, right? Now, there can be psychology between, tattoos and all that stuff, right? That's actually kind of not biology. That's actually psychology because they do that. Body modification, that's also because they do that. So let's just say now we just have all women born as they were born, floppy breasts, perfect breasts, whatever your idea of breasts are, right? They're just all that way. So now we're not going, okay, you changed something, I'm attracted to you. Now we're just going, I find you biologically attractive or I do not. Now, going back to that point, before we actually talk about any of the modifications, I would say you're 50-50 on falling in love with the most attractive woman in your biological biological mind or the most unattractive woman. I think the mental is going to be a crapshoot, whether you pick the most beautiful or not the most beautiful, right? I think the relationship might be a little bit better because all of us have biological differences on what we think beauty is. I think the relationship is much stronger when you both are attracted to each other. And we talked about this earlier, where your presence, your strength, and your ability to raise somebody else can raise your attractiveness significantly. Now, if we actually go breast augmentations, piercings, things like that, that I think goes outside of biology. I think it starts going into psychology.
No, and you're right. And you're right. Because this is the thing, like I was saying earlier, one of the biggest reasons why I think that psychology rules it first is because when you see something, there's already thoughts going in your head. Like there's already plays and mental things going on in your head before you even make the approach. You see what I'm saying? So that's just like with a car I see or with something else I see. I could see something and like it, but not approach it. So just because I don't approach something doesn't mean that there isn't something psychological, because in my head, I'm like, nah, I don't really want to do that. Yeah, I'm biologically attracted to women, but just because I see her doesn't mean I'm automatically attracted to her.
Well, I'm not talking about women, you being like men, women. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you see a particular woman with a particular set of features or whatever, height, hip measurements, bust, and all that stuff, and you're attracted to that. And that's what makes you go, should I talk to this woman or not? Should I talk to this man or not? It's those biological features first.
I could throw a little bit back, even though I agree with you, Zinga, that like men like often are attracted to women that play video games, or attractive women, very attractive women that wear a hat backwards and love watching football. Now, these are not necessarily, or maybe unattractive, it doesn't matter. They're just like, oh my God, this girl likes like playing video games like me. This is a psychological feature that they're attracted to. She likes watching football. I actually kind of also, though, would go back to say this is more of the psychology attraction, like tattoos and piercings. And most women that are watching football, and I'm not a woman, but this is my gut feeling, they're doing it because they feel like they attract more men. They feel like, hey, if I like football, I'm going to attract more men because men like football. Or if I play video games, I'm going to attract more men because I play video games, not because they actually like video games or like watching football.
But it comes back to ground zero, doesn't it? Back to square one. It comes back to what we were initially saying.
Hey, Mark, this isn't my fault.
Doesn't it?
This isn't my fault. I was chilling.
It's fine, bro. It's interesting. It's interesting. I disconnected. My battery died. Sorry about that. And also, I've ate a little bit of humble pie because Zinga put me in my place a little bit earlier, and so do you, because I know that I talk too much, and I don't mean to interrupt so much. No.
I mean, you do interrupt a lot. I was joking as well.
But it's true. It's true. There's a truth behind it. I know myself. Okay, I know I interrupt too much, so I'll try to stop. Like
you just
talking over people.
Carmen, so it's fine.
Yeah, I know, but that proves my point. I know myself. But what I'm saying is that I was listening in the background, and also I think that you do hold some very valid points. But we're going around in circles, yeah. And I think, and the issue is, I think the best person to listen to here is the guy, what's his name over here? I'm very sorry, but we haven't actually been formally introduced.
Oh,
so,
Vibe, he left.
Vibe. Well, there we go then. So we hadn't even been formally introduced. And so I'm probably going to have to log off in a minute. But one thing I did want to say.
Why you always end up with the person that's not your type? What is that?
What?
Can I ask that?
No, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? You
Y'all
end up
always
with the person
know-
that's not your type.
Y'all do. Y'all always
Who?
end
Y'all
up
who?
with
Who's
the
y'all?
person- Vibe just said like that's not the type that his wife is not his type.
No,
Anonymous said,
no, it is his
Anonymous
type. It
said
is his type. He
his
fell in love
Hold
with
on,
her.
one mic.
His type-
Go
his
ahead, Carmen.
type was not what he looks for.
He said he
So
liked
it's like,
brunettes.
oh God.
Oh, the
Y'all know
opposite.
what
She's
y'all
like
want.
got like
Figure out what y'all
jet
want.
black hair.
Do y'all like the? Figure out what y'all want? I don't
Well,
think
women
men
do
know
the
what they
same
want.
thing, Carmen. To be fair,
Do we?
women do the same thing. Yeah, like they'll be like, I start dating this guy. He's not really my type, and then you see him the next month, and they're like, oh my God, he's the best thing ever, because he's got all these other qualities that they really
Because
like.
my thing is,
But he's bald.
My thing is, a lot of men like things, and that mislead women into being things that they don't really want.
Wait, say that. Wait,
my-
hold on. Wait, say that again. Hold on.
I said a lot of men like things in women, and that leads them to mislead women into things that they don't really like. Y'all don't like the natural hair, natural girls. Y'all don't like it. Anonymous just
We-
said it. Y'all don't like it. We
It
just had this
depends.
conversation. We just had this conversation earlier.
It depends.
Y'all don't like
It depends. It
And
depends. It
Vibe-
depends.
Vibe just proved it, and Anonymous just put on top of it.
You know what it is,
Vibe
Carmen?
just proved that he was into blonde girls and then his wife is just complete opposite. Anonymous.
Well,
He
hold
thought she was.
said that
He thought she
liked
was beautiful,
girls
though.
with
He did.
tattoos. He did think he was beautiful. Anonymous just said you like chicks with tattoos and piercings, but you don't
He should
want
avoid those
to
women.
marry them. So it's like, well,
He's doing the right thing.
you mislead women.
No, I'm not.
Y'all
No, he doesn't talk to
mislead women.
them.
No, I'm not.
Anonymous doesn't talk
How?
to those women. He said.
How? How is
Look,
that?
okay, Carmen, hear me out. Okay, hear me out. This is how guys are. All right. We put women into two categories when we see you. We can automatically slot you and say, this is a woman that I would have fun with versus a woman that I could commit to. I didn't make us like that. That's just what it is. There's nothing
How
I
do you
can.
know the difference?
I'm talking to them.
Oh, okay.
You got to talk to them and figure out how they think and stuff.
My father
Carmen.
actually, I would agree with Anonymous on that. My father said that about my mom. He knew that she was a woman that hadn't been ran through. He knew she was a virgin when he met her. And he said, like, I'm going to be with
Carmen's
this
onto a
woman because
point.
he just knew. Men know.
Sorry.
They can smell it. Wait, one more thing, Mark. I had another guy I was friends with, because we were in the same class in college. And he met a friend of mine who was a little bit younger, and she wanted to check out the campus. And she went to the bathroom or something, and he said, no, sorry, I went ahead. He said, I can tell you're a virgin and she's not. And I said, because we weren't talking about
Did he
dating.
smell her in the air?
We weren't talking about dating, Carmen. We weren't talking about anything like that. We were just talking about whatever, like different life things that had nothing to do with dating, sex, marriage, nothing. And he said, I said, how do you know that? He said, you can smell it. I was like,
I love you, Zinga. I know what you're doing. I know exactly what you're doing right now.
Carmen.
I know exactly what you're doing.
I'm not making it up. It's a true story.
Carmen.
Sure.
Carmen.
I can smell bullshit when I smell it.
You said you can
no,
smell
no, you
bullets in a
can't.
room.
Stop the cap.
You can smell balls. Mark, you can smell balls in a room, but a man can't tell if a woman has been there, done that, or not.
No. I think you can actually. I think that what I'm saying is, like, you can tell when someone is ovulating, can't you? Like a woman, you can tell. You can tell when it's their time in the month. Yeah. Like, right. I think it takes a very in tune man, to know when you can tell a woman is on her time of the month. Yeah. If you're a naive man and you're an idiot and you ain't got a clue, then
What you saying?
Right, I'm just saying.
He's like Vin Diesel in that movie where he could smell that the little girl had her first period.
Well, you can
Right.
smell good vibes and you can
Black.
smell bad vibes, right? I'm just saying.
It sounds
Period
like
is not
y'all-
vibes.
It is vibes. It is vibes because chemistry is happening. Yeah, there is a chemical
heat. That's what it sounds.
There
like.
is.
You know what?
Right, you can do your research. You can do your research on it.
Hold
You
on,
can
Mike,
do as
Mike.
much research on it as you like.
Wait, hold on, Mark.
Charles will know what I'm talking about.
Hold
I
on,
know
one
he
mic,
will know
one
what I'm
mic.
talking about.
I know, I get it, but you got to do one mic. You got to do one
What's
mic.
that Snoop Dogg album? Because that's what it sounds. That's exactly what it sounds like. It sounds
Doggy
like
Style?
y'all smell when women are in heat. But you know the Snoop Dogg album where he said "man or dogs" and he literally it was like a. I gotta find out. Whatever.
Well, if you can find it, then send that to me because I'll be interested to see if it correlates with what I'm saying.
That's what I'm talking about. It's literally the cover of the album. It's dogs, like men are dogs, and they can smell when bitches.
Yeah, dog. You're probably talking about that Doggy Style album.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So fine, but that's a way of depicting it through music in an album cover. What I'm saying.
Are you a dog?
Kinda.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah. All of
Stop
y'all.
the cap.
I knew it.
Hey, Mark. Look, see, Mark. This is what you got. See this, like when women start doing stuff like this, when they say
I'm enjoying it. That's why I'm here. Why'd you think I came back?
Look. When they say things like this that are meant to be insults, what you have to do is you flip the script on them and you embrace it.
No, I don't need to. I don't need to.
He said, yeah.
You just gotta embrace it.
I don't need to, bro. I don't need to. It's fun. I take it on the chin. That's why I'm still here, and everyone else has fucked off and gone home.
Mark said, "Woof woof."
Yeah,
what are you saying? Oh, I love it. No, I'm here. I'm just here for the banter. I'm here for the banter. Seriously.
Not gonna lie, I appreciate the honesty, but
This
still.
is what I'm talking about. Doggy dog world. There you go. It's right there.
All right,
You
Mr.
see it?
Coley. Mr. Coley,
right
do
there?
we choose partners consciously or subconsciously, sir?
Both. And the
Pick
reason
one. Which one leads?
and the reason I say that because some people actually choose their partners consciously, like myself, and then there's people who actually choose their partners subconsciously, like me. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. And for myself, I know exactly. Excuse me. I know exactly what type that I want. Who who I'm looking for, all this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. And it's basically come from the past experiences of relationships that I had in the past that, that I've been through that has not been compatible. The ones I thought, hey, they are the one because, they've been treating me like this, that, and the third or whatever, because like, I really don't ask for much. I don't I ask for a person to be positive, supportive, not be about that drama, but watch it with me like Maury or whatever, but some way, somehow there's always that hidden agenda that I don't know about, but I end up finding out either through a third party or I end up finding out myself because of the fact that they're proving to me that I can't trust them. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So
all right, so real quick, Zynga's husband comes in the chat and says, when men find demonic women attractive, it's because their personal demons are trying to acquaint them. I kind of disagree with that. And the reason I disagree with that is because there are women out there that operate under a Jezebel spirit, and you have women out there that'll operate under the spirit of a succubus. And those type of women, they look for good, pure-hearted people to try and corrupt them. And see, with me knowing that, I make conscious decisions where I can look and admire from a distance. But no, this is real. This is being for real. This is being for real. I can admire what they look like from a distance, but I know what certain types of women come with. If that makes sense. Like, I know that if I deal with this type of woman, what it could possibly lead to. It may not be a 100% guarantee, but I'm being mindful of the types of interactions that I have with different types of women because of that. So with us being Christians and you know, practicing certain beliefs, it's like we have to make conscious efforts to protect ourselves, not just mentally and emotionally and all that, but we got to protect ourselves spiritually too. So, and psychologically and all that. So there's a lot of factors that go into just being attracted to somebody. So if I'm taking the time to understand, okay, yeah, I see something that I like that I could possibly see myself with, but then I'm like, nah, that's not going to be good.
Wow, that was profound, man. What you just said was profound.
It's true.
I wish I had one of the buttons to press.
Oh, you mean like this?
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
Not
Shit
like saying that women are evil.
Well, he's talking. Yeah, well, but I did it on his. I asked him to do it, so he deserved it. He deserved that. That was quite profound, though. It was interesting.
Not Charles saying that women are evil. Low key.
No, hold on.
No,
wait a minute.
Some women.
Low key. That's what he said.
No.
The women he likes.
No.
Oh, you're right. You're right, Zinga. The women that you like are the devil.
I was repeating and reading the contribution to the platform. I was reading the contribution from Mr. Scott Harris, the Honorable Scott Harris, when he said, when men find demonic women attractive.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I think it's disgusting. Like Bonnie Blue. Do you remember we brought Bonnie Blue into the conversation last time? Like, I find her demonic. Like, there are certain people like that. The OnlyFans people going out there, like, going, there's something about it, like toxic feminine, like this toxic female push and drive for sexual.
Yeah, but here's the thing. No, you're right. You're right, Mark. But you look at her from face value, she's really attractive.
No, I don't even think she is.
But see,
personally, I mean, kind of. She's blonde, and I look at her and think, bleh. I find.
Well, I'm saying in a general sense. I'm not saying all men are going to find her attractive because everybody has their preferences.
See, that's the thing. Even if we bring religion into it,
mm-hmm.
The devil doesn't have his power without God. So in that situation, these women wouldn't be on OnlyFans if they wouldn't have clients to appeal.
Supply and demand.
Yeah, but just because somebody's asking for it doesn't mean you have to give it to them.
And that even comes. That's what I just said. I'm like, yeah, the devil gains his power from God.
Well, okay. I can make the same argument and say that your kids gain their power from you.
Yeah, but then you can also make the same argument that every bad thing that happens in the world is just like, it just comes from God. Yeah, but we still have an obligation as human beings to ensure that we can, like, I don't know, relieve suffering or alleviate suffering. So we can't just allow people to go out and do anything they like, because that means that, it's a free for all, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's like a completely different topic. That's
no, it's not a different topic because the point being is, it's not a different topic.
Yeah, it is.
You can't argue. No, you can't argue. No, you can't argue.
You're getting into like morality and
that's
exactly.
And different things.
Right.
We're talking about consciously or unconsciously.
Right.
But I'm saying that you can't bring that godlike argument into things when, at the end of the day, like, there still has to be because I'm arguing the case anyway with morality.
Well, the reason that I was bringing like the mental aspect, the emotional aspect, psychological, the reason I was bringing all those different aspects into it is because all of those factors tie into us making decisions when it comes to us dating and mating. That's why I brought all that up. So I was using all that to tie into why I make a conscious effort to stay away from certain types of women. That's why.
Okay. Okay.
That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead, Zinga.
I was just asking Carmen if I could have some.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I made pasta tonight, so that's what.
Right. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on with the show. We got one more question left, and then we're gonna get up out of here. So if you're just now tuning in, make sure you give the stream a like, share with a couple of your friends, make sure you follow everybody on all their social media sites. And if you want to join in on the conversation, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. So with that being said, we are going to move into the very last question. And the very last question is this: what makes someone instantly attractive without physical looks? I'll read it one more time. What makes someone instantly attractive without physical looks?
Humor.
Without physical looks, I would say, I guess at that point, it's your charisma, as Mark said. Charisma, personality.
Oh, really now?
Oh, really?
Oh,
that
really?
That matched my answer, but I want to hear what your explanation to that is.
Oh no, go ahead, Carmen. You got it. I'm not going to interrupt her.
I mean, after if I'm not initially attracted to you with what the physical part is, you got to bring something else. I gotta have something in common with you. We gotta have some conversation. We gotta have some personality going. You gotta have some type of charisma, some type of vibe going towards you to gravitate me towards you. Yeah, I think that's what's left. What
interesting.
If it's not physical,
Man.
what else is left? If it's not physical, it's not gonna be makeup. It's not gonna be your God-given gifts. It's not gonna be your
Damn, you're fine as hell.
It's not gonna be your enhanced gifts by mankind that you weren't blessed.
Damn, what a big ol' ass.
That you weren't blessed with, but you manufactured. What else is there? Okay, I gotta find you funny. I gotta find you interesting. I gotta find you gotta have some type of charm to you. What the hell is there? Make me laugh.
Interesting.
Let's have something in common.
Okay.
You like a show, I like a show. Hell damn. You like Stranger Things, I watch Stranger Things. Let's go. Let's talk about Stranger Things. I don't know.
Yeah, but what can make someone instantly attractive without physical looks, though?
Nothing. That's what I said to begin with. Men are physically attracted to you. Women are emotional attracted to you. That's why you see a lot of women now, baddies that are men that make them laugh. Yeah. I think there's a lot of women with unattractive men that there is the opposite. So that's what it is.
Well, then by that logic, something had to play into it for them to get them in the first place.
But attitude as well.
Because men weren't weren't created to be the beautiful gender. Women are.
Yes, but even with women, there's an aura. There's an attitude about you that attracts a certain type of female. Of course we want you. There's an attitude. I don't think we talked about attitude. There is.
Okay.
There's a vibe. There's a vibe that you lose. Mark touched on it. Mark said charisma. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. That sounds good. I'll take that. Coley, what makes someone instantly attractive without physical looks?
Well,
I love to hear this about a man.
Well, why I said at the beginning, if it was playing match game, Carmen would have matched my answer of personality because for me, like me personally, I don't look for looks. Looks is like a bonus to me. You know what I'm saying? For me, if a person comes to me and they're positive, a little bit of nerdy, you know what I'm saying, and they're like they carry themselves really well and have goals about themselves. That for me is what it what makes me attracted to them and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the way I roll. You know, like
it has nothing to do with what they look like. Really,
no, because I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I'm not. Like I said in a few podcasts before, I'm transparent as hell. I got nothing to hide. I know someone's gonna press that button in a second. But anywho, so I went out with this female. I'm not gonna mention her name. Starting in high school, and then like we became, we became boyfriends and girlfriends, and then. Then after we both graduated school, I went into the military and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And we still stayed in touch since until unfortunately she's until she cheated. You know what I'm saying? But
she belongs to the streets.
but her looks wasn't really all that. She was maybe like a 4. But I didn't care about that. I wasn't looking for her because I was looking for a 10. Mm-hmm. I was with her because she genuinely loved me for who I am, and at the time actually cared about me, took me to places that I wouldn't imagine of going. Like imagine me, a black guy in a country club. You know what I'm saying? But I genuinely loved her. Took her to places and stuff like that. Introduced her to black food. So it's like like at the time we were meant for each other. But you
introduced her to Negro cuisine.
Oh yeah, yes I did that down south cooking. I ain't lying. I could go on about that, but no.
The Negro cuisine. Okay, yeah. I got you.
But that's
all right.
Okay. But yeah, like somebody in the comments, by the way, before we go on, had a strong second place answer, and that was power. Scott Harris said that.
Oh, look, Zinga's husband is on fire tonight. Shout out to Hefe Scott.
Hefe, where are you at? Scott Harris, come on.
Yeah, Hefe, come on. Yeah, come on up, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you've been on like I know I've been out most of the podcast, but I mean what you mean by
power?
Like,
I need some more clarification, Zinga.
I'll tell him to come on. There's a kid that keeps escaping the crib. She learned how to climb out. We put her in a little like sack thing, and she still climbs out. They're like little, I think they got the white skin, but they got the black, where they can climb trees.
Oh, man, my cousin had one of those.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Look, Zinga coming in with the racist jokes. I love it. I love it.
Some sort of power, like it. I don't know. Like I haven't witnessed that. Other than me watching certain drama TV shows where like if a person has this sense of power where they can. Where they can control shit, right? If it's their own business, or whether they can control people.
I know a few.
Or like they're invincible. No one can't fuck with them or some shit.
No, I know a few. It don't even got to do. I know a few. I live in Atlanta. I know dudes here that be sleeping with females just to not sleep under the bridge. They're called homosexuals. Do we not know? Do we not know what homosexuals are? Oh, okay, we don't know what homosexuals are.
Hey, city boys, we up. City boys, we up.
No, they're just men that like desperate men that will just put themselves out and do anything. I don't even think they're homosexuals. I think a lot of people do this because they're just like perverts, like pervs, and do like things for money and like weird
they don't even
stuff.
have to not have a home. I know a few actually that I used to work with. I know a few that I used to work with that would mess with the fat chick at the crib because she paid his bills. Like, what are you talking about? Of course, power plays a power on it. Y'all would that. Yeah. My point is, there's a lot of men out here that are willing to forego the physical part just so they can gain something from it. Whether that's a bed to sleep on, whether that's the next pair of Jordans. Damn.
You're talking.
Wait a minute.
We just saw a whole damn movement about. We just saw a whole damn movement about the young dude that was willing to smash the old fat chick for a PS5. Like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all sell yourselves all the time.
Wait a minute.
I bet you know what? I bet you right now, Coley or Anonymous, some old bride get on the comments, and if they promise you the next PS5, the next game, the next microphone, the next whatever computer, y'all will hop on it.
Come on now, that ain't even bullshit. That's horseshit.
Complete.
Whoa.
Oh, wait a minute. We got to swap. Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. Gird your loins.
Y'all will hop all over it. Coley, you say you like games, right?
Yeah,
watch some old broad get on the comments saying, "Hey, Coley, I'll buy you the next." I don't know what the fuck.
Hold on.
Grand Theft Auto. I don't know what you play. Grand Theft Auto, the next game.
Good evening.
I'll bet you.
That's hilarious, man. That is hilarious. That is hilarious.
Look. And
watch Charles be like, "Hey, yo, Charles." And you know what? Did y'all notice that Charles didn't discriminate against age? That means he's willing to fuck old bitches.
Look, hey, Carmen.
To pay his bills.
I don't know about all that.
It's Mr. Zinga Shot Harris.
And I got a switch. Why in the F would I sit here, right, and degrade myself to the lowest of the low?
Because she's gonna get you some
gear. No.
I don't think us men, right? Men aren't easily brought out in that way. Although I think that every man probably has his price. Every man probably has his price, yeah. So it's like, where do you draw the line? I bet if you said to a man, yeah, like, would you take it up the bum, yeah, for £100? They go, no. But I'm saying, some people, I believe that a man, that all men, right, will sell their soul to the devil for a price. They will sell their soul to the devil for money. Yeah, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I'm not saying that I would necessarily. I'd like to think that I could hold off. Yeah, but if me, like, what if it comes to like you'll be the most powerful man on the planet, and you'll have like £10 billion in your bank account tomorrow?
Mark,
if you just let me do the bum.
It don't even gotta go through all that, Mark.
Wait, hold on. One mic.
There's somebody in jail that's already doing that.
Right. One mic.
Did he?
Okay. So Mark, real quick. There are guys that do that, and a lot of them are part of certain groups of people that run the world. We're not gonna get into that, but I do know what you're talking about. Talking about. But for the sake of the conversation, we have Mr. Scott Harris in the building. Shout out to you, bro. And you joined
He
the
came,
conversation.
he came into the weird part of the conversation.
yeah.
Hi, Mr. Harris.
Yeah, he came in at the weird part. So we
That
got
was
a question
fine. No,
for
he
you.
came in at the perfect part.
Welcome to
Right,
the
perfect
Scott,
part.
welcome to the crazy house.
Yeah, for real.
I've been listening for the last half hour. Yes.
Yeah, welcome to 2026, right?
Right. Happy New Year.
All right.
Happy
yeah,
New
for
Year,
real,
bro.
right? Yeah, for real. This is Oxide Station Podcast After Dark.
But no, for real though.
All right. So, what makes someone instantly attractive without physical looks? Mr.
Power.
Scott, what you got? Power. Okay. Elaborate.
Well,
Money.
It's like what they were talking about earlier when it comes to biology. Women are going to be attracted to men who are capable of things. And so when you think about somebody who doesn't necessarily have, the greatest biological draw to them, they're going to have some other kind of magnetism that indicates that they're going to meet those demands, that they're going to be able to protect and provide and to, do something that's going to allow her to show status to other females. And so when you think about, the limitations on a man, maybe he's short, maybe he's balding, maybe he's overweight and he doesn't take the greatest care of himself. But if he can roll into a place with extremely expensive shoes and a watch, and he has other people kowtowing to him and running around to meet his every demand, the woman's going to become intrigued because there's something about him that indicates that he's going to be able to meet those needs. And so that's why I say power, because even if a man doesn't necessarily have any real power, if he demonstrates that he has the capacity to get it, to get something, to get resources, to defend, to protect, to steal. I mean, it really depends on the woman's point of view, how moral this guy needs to be. All they really need to do biologically is demonstrate that they have power over others, that they have the power to get resources, the power to take, the power to steal, the power to, like Conan the Barbarian, destroy their enemies.
But that sounds very like a pessimistic way of portraying it. Like what you're saying is that, I mean, maybe you're right. Okay, inherent that word. Maybe you're right, but at the same time, I was going to say inherently, women might be attracted to that power dynamic, and we haven't denied that throughout this podcast at all whatsoever. But at the same time, moving into the newer generation, the new era, we are seeing like that power dynamic and that power structure is being, I would say, like fragmented a little bit, So how would you deal with this fragmentation of the power structure that's occurring in the new era? Because the male dominance is losing its what it used to stand for.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, it doesn't matter. That's the thing. Women, whether feminism completely takes absolute total control of a society or not, it doesn't change women. It doesn't change them one iota. If anything, it just makes them more rabid and more eager to have the old ways reassert themselves.
Yes,
if
sir.
anything, feminism is just one.
Power.
I will explain that when I make this point.
It's money equivalent.
Yeah, hold on. One mic.
Feminism is basically just one giant shit test. And the men who fail it get destroyed. That's why liberalism has been dominating for so long, is because we've been ruled by weak men. But what's happening right now is I don't think women taking over. I think quite the opposite is happening. You're seeing more conservative men, more church attendance from men, more leadership from men. The younger generation does not share the foibles or the hangups of their ancestors, and they're very public about it. That's why everybody's over their skis about this Nick Fuentes kid. Even if that kid doesn't necessarily represent your point of view, he is representing the tip of a cultural spear, which is not afraid of its ancestors. It's not afraid to call out boomerism. It's not afraid to call out the liberal hegemony that Western society has going on right now. So, Mark, what you're actually seeing, in my opinion, and I think facts back this up, is that you're going to see a lot more masculine men, a lot more conservative men, a lot more aggressive men coming out, as opposed to
the surface.
Sort of this soft millennial thing that my generation cultivated, where it was very much about like, hey, can I touch you there? And do you want to sign a consent form? Like that came out of our generation. That didn't come out of Gen Z. Gen Z looks at that stuff and they go, ugh.
Well, I don't know what generation, but I know what you're saying. I think the younger, more liberal mindseted men in today's society are opening up Pandora's box. They opened up Pandora's box, and I understand what you're saying. I think that right wing and more conservative men are going to rise up from the ground upwards in retaliation to what we're seeing happening in today's modern era. But it's just the balancing act. It's the balancing act, and that's why these conversations are so important, and that's why I've enjoyed being here today, because I know that we all have different perspectives and stuff, and I know that we always talk about men and women, but it's so important to hash these things out,
But
and
one thing that we didn't touch: what brings power? Is it the fact that you're a male, not a female, or is it the fact that you make more money or I make more money? What defines power? Sexism or money?
Power lies.
Good question.
So power lies in potential, right? So you could be a dummy who wouldn't be able to engineer a silicon wafer that's going to make you billions of dollars by becoming the next big CPU. But if you are strong enough to steal it from the nerd who does and then make him pay you, then the women are going to be attracted to you because you're the one who's capable of taking all the power and resources.
So the bully boy tactics.
If the nerd comes out on top in this scenario, suddenly he's not a nerd anymore, and the women will come up with self-justifications for how he's hot because he has a yacht. Right?
I mean, the nerds are billionaires, though.
Well,
there's a lot of nerds called billionaires.
Power in potentia, right? Like this is why they were writing this. I think I don't know, my Time or Newsweek like 10 years ago. It was like the generation of the nerd or the year of the nerd or something like that. And a lot of that's kind of self-serving because the people who are writing these things are dorks, but it's true in a certain regard, right? Like when you live in an information culture where you could make a bunch of money by coming up with an AI app that, I don't know, figures out how to make dental visits more convenient. And suddenly you have like, generational wealth overnight because this thing takes off. Women are going to find you very attractive, even if you look like a complete dork.
So you think that power?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
You think that power it's not much of money and what you can change. It's more of aggressiveness.
I think aggressiveness is a key component because you have to have the will to impose your will on others. So you don't even necessarily need to be physically strong.
I find power defined as you have the power to change something in my life, and therefore you have the power because you change
power of influence.
Exactly. Influence something in my life, change the way I think, change the way I feel, change the way I live.
Really?
That's power to me.
Really?
Not necessarily you make more money or you're aggressive enough.
But all of those things are going to be predicated. All of those things that you just said would be ideas of power are going to be predicated on somebody who is capable of achieving the things that I mentioned. So for instance, the kind of guy who's going to have the confidence and the actual like real life solid wisdom to give you life-changing advice is going to have to actually be able to change his own life. Right. Exactly. Like if it's just some hobosexual who got really high and thinks he's brilliant because he's high, the advice he gives you is going to be crap because his life is crap. Right. He doesn't make good choices, so he can't tell you what good choices to make.
That's very fair. That's a very fair comment.
So even
by the same argument, you can think that you're the damn head of the household, but it's my household. I pay for the mortgage. I pay for you. You're like making the same argument as Jody from
Carmen,
Baby Boy.
Carmen,
if it's my house, I pay for it. I got it. It's my car that you drive, but you get to claim yourself because you're a man and you claim yourself. This is my car. This is my castle, even though I made it and I buy it.
But that's the thing. You're not dating a man. You're dating a child. You are subsidizing a child's life, and he is pretending to be a man. If he was a man to begin with, none of the things that you just previously mentioned would be true. He'd have his own car. What makes him a man is capability.
What makes him a man? Because by the same argument, you said that aggressiveness. Okay, fine. You can protect me with somebody, but it's still my door that's knocking down. So
how do you know
aggressiveness makes you a man? Then we can make that argument.
No, in this scenario, you're describing someone who's basically a man-child. How do you know that this man-child can actually protect you?
You tell me.
Ooh, good point.
Well, but he's asking you the question, though.
Yeah, I can tell you right now that based on this hypothetical, I'm assuming.
Well,
in this scenario,
he's a man-child. He doesn't bring anything to me. He doesn't change my life. He doesn't influence my life in any type, way, shape, or form. He's just here because he's a big, strong man.
Well, then
So
what
that
you have
makes
is,
him
what
automatically
you
a man. He
essentially
don't bring no
have is a
money. He
pet
don't bring
dog.
no influence. He don't bring anything. So
You
that's
have a
just
pet dog. That's like owning a very large pit bull.
so that's what you just said.
No, it's
No,
not.
I said I was a dog. He never said he was a dog.
What I
No,
said
you-
was that
it-
what it
it-
said
it-
that is women are
My
attracted
impression
primarily.
was that you aggressiveness was
What I said is that women
manhood.
are attracted to power in potentia, meaning men who clearly demonstrate that they have the willpower and the capability to achieve resources and to protect. A man who just postures a lot is just a child wearing his dad's shirt.
Right.
It's not the same thing, and everybody knows it. That's why nobody respects that guy. It doesn't matter if that guy is built like Ving Rhames; he's still a loser, and everybody knows it.
Right.
Now, there's that other guy though that's sitting on the couch who might be a little bit thinner than the Ving Rhames character, but everybody gives him his beer first, right? There's something different about that guy. It's because that guy actually gets results. That's
Right.
the guy who actually has everyone's respect. That's the one who's
So
actually put
potential.
himself out there.
No.
Power
So
and potential.
potential.
Right.
So
And
the
this is what
difference
women are
between,
attracted
like,
to.
what makes the tipping point is potential, not money, not influence.
And women have to
It's
see it.
Potential.
Women
Yeah.
have to see it. Even if they don't know exactly what it is that they're attracted to, they're attracted to that potential. That's really what that is. And I think that it kind of renders the whole notion of like whether it has to be biological or psychological kind of moot, because both mechanisms have to work together to make this attraction happen in the first place. It has to be biological and it has to be psychological. And ultimately, I think for women, it's really just quite simple. You guys are designed by God to look for men that are going to protect, provide, and be there for you in the long term. And so you're going to look for the maximum male status, the guy who can protect you from other males, but also from the environment, meaning that he's going to have to be able to provide you resources and build things.
I think potential is dead without any action behind it. I can fall in love with the potential of the possibly man that I can love, but if you don't do anything about it, what the hell?
Well, he said,
Because hang on, that's fair.
But
That's
not
fair.
what we're talking about. You're talking about
saying that I
attraction.
can fall in love with the man who has potential. There's a lot
Correct.
of men out here who die with the potential to be great, but they don't do anything about it, and they're dying.
Yes, but you leave them when you realize they're losers. So I'm talking
No,
about
but they
attraction.
but
I'm
they
not
don't.
talking
Not
about
everyone
sustained
does, do they?
relationships. I'm not talking about sustained relationships. I'm talking about attraction. And here's
Okay,
the other
yeah.
thing too. For women, it's very simple. Like women, your attraction can be turned to ick just like that. And all it takes is one guy doing one thing seriously wrong in the relationship to basically permanently damage that attraction. We've all experienced this as men. I've done it myself. And so we have to be aware as men that we could have, a 10 out of 10 on the Riz scale and girls saying we have aura and all this sort of stuff. And then we just say the wrong thing in the wrong tone of voice. And now she has an ick about us and she may not even be able to articulate why. She's just like, I don't know. I just don't feel right. Like when you were talking to Stacey about that one subject, and I don't know. I don't know if I have plans. I have plans this Friday. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like every guy's kind of been there to one degree or another. So you have to think about it in terms of, we're not talking about sustained attraction here. We're talking about initial attraction. There has to be power and potential. There has to be a physical attraction. But once you actually get to know a person, that changes, because now you're getting into a situation where, I'm starting to become more familiar with this guy. I'm starting to build trust. He's starting to generate resources for me and dedicate time to me and all these sorts of things. And I'm actually starting to see aspects of him that I didn't notice before when I was too busy examining his biceps, and that's where the love comes into play. But that's not what I'm really talking about. We're just talking about kind of the initial sort of scanning that occurs between the sexes, where we take snapshots of one another and determine what is and is not eligible.
Bang, bang, bang.
Shit like
Very well said, sir. Very well said. Very well said. Carmen, do you have a rebuttal for his very eloquently articulated statement?
Why is that a question? You know she does.
Go ahead, Carmen. You have
Go on, Carmen.
we just had to give him space to get his points out. All right, Carmen, if you got it.
No, I just think it all ties back to the same question that we started with the theme of the podcast. It all begins with attraction first. Psychology comes second. He just said it. He just told me three.
No, he
examples.
he said that they both play into it at the same time.
I don't think so. I think one leads over the other.
Well, based on how he outlined it, they both work. He said that they both work simultaneously together.
Based on how he outlined it, I disagree. Based on how he outlined it, I think that the attraction comes first.
Well, that's why I'm asking you, do you have a rebuttal? Because if you disagree, okay, let me ask it like this. What did he get wrong? What did he say that was incorrect?
Nothing. That's his opinion. Of course not.
Well, wait a minute. If he didn't say anything that was incorrect, then how do you disagree with how he said it? Like how he framed it?
I disagree with the fact that he said that attraction and psychology comes. No, I think one has to lead the other. I don't think they have equal parts at all.
Well, then if you
I disagree with the fact that he weighs them both the same. No, I do not think that psychology. No, I don't.
Well, so if you disagree, that means you think he said something that was incorrect.
I didn't say that he was incorrect. That's his opinion. How can somebody not be?
Well, no, that's what I'm asking you. What did he say that was wrong? Because you said you disagree. If you disagree with somebody, that means you think they're wrong.
True. Okay.
See what I'm saying? So if you thought he was right, you wouldn't disagree with him.
No, I disagree with he perfectly presented his point. I disagree with the fact that he said that they play hand in hand. That's what I disagree with.
It's not what you said, it's how you said it.
No, that's not what I said. I just think that
I missed it. What'd you say?
Masculinity does not equivalent to aggressiveness and doesn't equivalent to. And then I also disagree with the fact I'm like, you can fall in love with the potential of the person, but if they don't follow any action behind it, okay then.
Well, you're not disagreeing with him on that because that's what he said earlier. He said he said the potential is there.
Well,
but
I'm not gonna talk like he's not here. Sorry,
well,
Mr.
no, because
I'm disagreeing.
Right,
like,
but
I don't think so.
But what he said was the power of potential. But he said the capability has to play into it as well. You can have potential, but if you're not capable of making things happen, then it's kind of irrelevant. So he said one part and then he gave the extra context and he connected all the parts together. So that's why I'm asking you.
What is a man versus a man-child?
He just explained it. Yeah,
the action behind it. Okay, so we agree on that.
I would say the easiest way to define it, since without giving a long-winded example, is basically just kind of what Anonymous was just saying. A man is the person who has the attractiveness and the potential and the will to actually make whatever it is their dreams reality, right? Mm-hmm. Whether that's something simple like just running their own business or taking care of a wife and kids and providing for them consistently. That's a man. A man-child is somebody who looks the part potentially. Maybe they've got the muscles. Maybe they are kind of handsome. Maybe they do have a good little bit of the aura about them. They have some charisma. They can smooth talk. Mm-hmm. They sell you on their big dreams and that sort of thing.
Quick question.
But then
who makes these rules?
Whoa! One mic.
But then they literally do nothing. They just sit around and they talk about their dreams. That's a man-child.
Mm-hmm. Right. But who makes these rules? And surely, you've just given your perspective. Carmen just gave her perspective, and I'm asking you now, who makes these rules that you've just put out there to the entire world? Who makes these rules? Are you saying they're societal rules, or what?
I'd say men. Men
make these rules.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, okay. No, it was just a question. Just a question. Just a question. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just
guess.
I'm about to duck in a minute.
Oh, that Coley. Yeah. Coley's been sat there, and we've all spoken over him for ages.
Real quick. I got to give a big shout out to Scott. I like you, brother. I like the way you think, Scott. I like the way you think, and I like the way you explain your perspective, man. I'm rocking with it. I'm rocking with it.
Yeah. I had to be some sort of a cohort and trying to get you in here because bro, I keep seeing you go off in the comment section. I'm like, bro, this dude batting 1,000. You need to get your ass up in here, cause man.
So you're saying, but what you've just said is that men call the shots essentially and make these rules, these societal calls. Like, is it not society that dictates? Do women not have a voice? Do they not have an opinion or something that actually leads us men? Or like I was saying earlier, Carmen said earlier, there have been many wars fought, on the behalf of women by men. So are we actually really calling the shots, or are we thinking we're calling the shots driven by the fact that of lust and desire to impress and peacock the woman? Is it really not the woman that leads like us or that like makes us behave the way that we are?
It's a good question. You'd have to ask yourself, have you always been in a state of feminization or masculinization, right?
Well, I've had instances.
So let me elaborate. So in order to properly answer your question, you'd have to ask yourself, oh, well, when the Trojans went to war, were they always being led around by the nose by women, or was it in that particular war? Right. So the idea here is that we understand that men have the potential to be led around by the nose by women, and have very clearly. You have the famous examples, Marcus Antony and Cleopatra and all that sort of stuff. But it's also been the case that there have been many logical decisions made by men. And one of the things you have to keep in mind is that the female psyche is very easily hackable. And they've made a lot of money over the years since propaganda became this major organized psyop on marketing. Right? Commercial marketing, by and large, is the manipulation of female buying habits. It's about getting into their brains and convincing them they need crap that they don't need. And that's why money. Most of the economy in the West runs the way that it does, is because everything is geared around manipulating the female mind.
But you could argue, I could argue
that's money. That's completely separate than what we're talking about.
Right, because I could argue that we as men have been manipulated.
That's all money based. We can for sure manipulate you into doing anything. There's men that say that y'all would die for us. I'm sure you would die for Zynga. If somebody come in the house right now, you would step in front of a bull in front of Zynga.
That's not because she manipulated me into doing it.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Have we not been manipulated as men to behave this way, though?
And then
you think Mark Anthony. You think the only reason that I was sacrificing myself is because of her?
Cleopatra convinced the man to take over the Nile. That was just Cleopatra.
You also are presuming that a man like Marcus Anthony wouldn't have any ambitions of his own? I mean, one of the most powerful men in the world at his time wouldn't have had any designs geopolitically of his own except for this woman.
His ambition was literally driven by this woman that he wanted to marry, that he wanted to love, and that he lost to Caesar. So what?
I would argue that his ambitions were driven by himself, and that she just
his ambitions. I argue that his ambitions was driven by.
She gave him impulsivity, which he already had to have the motivation in order for him to make the decisions.
She gave him impulsivity.
Gave him the potential to draw the action what he needed to be done, and then
she amplified.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how hot you are, how sexy you think you are. You're not going to get a lazy, unambitious man to go and conquer a nation for you. He already has to have it in him.
Right, yeah.
Of course.
No,
right? You're not going to get a coward to jump in front of a bullet for you, no matter how much you sleep with him.
I think
he still has to be a brave
men have manipulative ways and women have manipulative ways.
I have no doubt that women can control the head by being the neck at times, and I'm not saying that hasn't happened. But what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, men drive all of society's functions, and they're also its enforcers. Feminism is a perfect example. If feminists all just collectively decided that, oh, as women, we're going to rise up and take control of the world through force, that would be a very quick and very ugly lesson that we'd have to teach you. On the flip side, if all men just suddenly decided that women were going to be sex slaves and there wasn't anything you could do about it, there would be nothing you could do about it. It's called force doctrine. And it's just one of those things that's just biologically true. It doesn't even have to be a philosophical discussion.
I think there's these universal truths that you can't deny, no matter how ideological you want to be about things. Like, there are universal truths. Like,
we've been living in a society that has
down.
gotten so overly feminized that women have gotten a distorted sense of their own actual authority and power.
It's not a distorted vision at all. Yes, you control the force.
Women have convinced themselves that they have more power than they actually have, and men have simply not wanted to fight with them. But reality is, a lot of men are simply not.
Oh, I don't want to be too reciprocal. I mean, we control your legacy, though. So yes, you are perfectly right that you can force me to do what you want, but we control your legacy. If it wasn't for us, then after you die, there's nothing. So what are you really fighting for?
Well, if it's just progeny,
you're fighting for your legacy, which is controlled by
but if my legacy
woman.
is purely genetic, I'd just find a sex slave.
No.
Well, no, that's true. That makes sense. If our legacy is purely genetic, then you'll just find a sex slave. Like, seriously.
What makes an individual woman special to us that makes us chivalrous and honorable is the fact that the man has to be chivalrous and honorable.
Hold on, one mic. Go ahead, Scott. Go ahead.
If there wouldn't be any concubines for the king to conquer, what would the king conquer?
Well, that would be
concubines.
I was going to say that would.
I guess nothing, because it's not lenient. It's not. If by that logic,
Carmen, I feel like you're being deliberately obtuse. I feel like you're being.
No, she's not being deliberately obtuse. No, she's not. She's not being deliberately obtuse. I think she's being reasonably questioning. Actually,
Hold on,
no, Mark.
One mic.
This is very easy to comprehend. If you guys if you guys weren't given authority by us, if we weren't enforcing laws as men, then you guys wouldn't be able to do anything. Even the cultural standards and things that Mark was discussing, the cultural norms that we accept as taboo, this or that, if all the men collectively just decided that they wanted to say the C word all the time, the women can't stop them.
Okay, but hold up. I don't think she was being obtuse in her line of questioning, actually. I don't think she was being obtuse or deliberately obtuse. I think she was actually coming from a genuine standpoint of... No, because I think what Carmen's argument is something along the lines of, something...
will deliberately decide not to have sex with men.
Look, I'm not taking sides. I'm not taking sides because I don't disagree with anything that Scott said.
So, okay.
That would never happen, Carmen.
How?
But
the
point being,
if all the women cease to exist to not have sex with anybody, y'all wouldn't. Okay,
that's what I'm talking about. That's y'all sex
slaves.
There is no scenario.
No, I think that what Carmen is saying is that
it's irrelevant. Okay.
we are driven. Right, mate. We're driven by our balls. Yeah. We're driven by our testicles and our instinctive desires, animalistically, at the end of the day. Very much so, okay? All humans are. No, we are. Humans are driven by the animal instincts. We have managed to evolve into being humans, and what we are able to do is we're able to go against our natural instincts. So, for example, we self-suppress deliberately for the sake of the human nature, Right, we self-suppress. So, for example, we don't go around just raping and pillaging, because we've got a sense of conformity, what is right, what is wrong, what is good for the greater good, and so we self-restrict and we self-suppress. Now, self-suppressing doesn't mean negativity. It doesn't mean a bad thing, right? And we do it, right? And we evolve. And what Carmen was saying also, I agree with, is the fact that historically you can see that without women, right, there to drive our testicles and our balls, we wouldn't have done half the shit we did in the past. Wars wouldn't have happened, empires wouldn't have occurred, and at the end of the day, we can't deny that as much as men are in charge, We're driven. We're driven by women. We're driven by them, unfortunately. Whether you want to deny it or not, I know you are. I know you're driven by the desire to peacock your life through the world. That's why you're here right now, to prove your point and to maintain your woman.
No. I think that
No?
there's a
No?
lot of merit to what you're saying, but I'd like to modify it a bit. One of the things that you described is that we're all driven by animal instincts. Well, human beings have what I would say are passions. They have bad instincts that they have to suppress, but it's about, it's about trying to find your way closer to God, right? Achieving theosis, becoming perfect, right? As God is perfect, as the New Testament says. So what these instincts that you're describing, civilization, honor, sacrificing yourself for females, right? Not just raping every woman you see in order to, like a Mongol warlord, getting as much of your DNA out there before you die so you have the massive legacy. All of these decisions are not driven by feminine instincts. They're driven by godly instincts. Woman is meant to be a helpmate to man. She's not meant to be the driving engine behind his ambition. She's not the force by which God leads man around by the nose in order to get him to do what he wants, like a widget or like an animal. Women are meant to be in synergy with men in order to complement us in a different way. And so, speaking to your earlier premise, which led us down this path, you were talking about, is society not driven by some feminized instincts and some feminized trends and that sort of thing? And yes, it is currently, but it's only that way because men allow it. And that was my point, is that this is not all driven by women. There's not some divine female thing that all men are sort of hurtling towards, like, gravity or like a black hole that we can't escape from. The reality is that force is God, and women are meant to be there to help us. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It does. It makes perfect sense. Would you say that women amplify, like the women or the female energy, then thus therefore amplifies the male energy, is because they're there to help us?
I don't like the term of energy. It sounds new agey, but I get your point.
Or amplify our relationships, like a good.
Yeah. I mean,
amplify us.
Z and I
amplify the men.
Yeah, I mean, Z and I have a great synergistic relationship where we have complementary roles and different responsibilities, and we do the best we can to support one another and kind of help each other when the other person's down, or maybe encourage the other person to do more if they're not living up to their potential. So I think that's what a good example of feminine energy for a man would be, is just somebody who is there, who's do or die, ride or die, I think is a better term. And is going to be supportive, but they're also going to know what their place is, right? Like she and I are not in a power struggle in our relationship where I have to worry about constantly putting myself one up above her in order to get her to actually listen to me and do what I want. We both know what the hierarchy is, and so everything's just assumed, and it's just a nice, easy balance where we can just do things and just have discussions, and everybody understands.
The purpose is for you to protect Zynga, is it not?
No, my purpose is theosis. Zynga is
the purpose. Zynga has your children. You have your family. You have
Incorrect.
That's not your purpose.
No,
she's not my sole purpose in life.
No.
She is a grave responsibility of mine. I have to minister to her, and I have to present her before God on Judgment Day and say, like, here you go. I took good care of her. Hopefully she meets your standards. And I turned her into you better than I found her. Same thing with my children, but she's not my ultimate purpose. My ultimate purpose is the maintenance of my own soul and all of the decisions that come out of that purpose. And so that's why I think it's really important to designate, because you might think to yourself, like, well, what's the real difference here? I mean, if you're trying to be a good man either way, why do you have to distinguish it like that? And I distinguish it like that specifically and advisedly because I think society likes to put women in this category that sort of makes them a false idol. When she and I became married, we became one flesh. So it's no longer this, balls and cup receptacle and all this weird ubu pagan mysticism that goes along with all that feminine energy or anything like that. We're just one person who have to help each other maintain their souls until we get back to the end of the world, get back to creation, get back to the real place, real life when all this is over.
No, and real quick, Scott was absolutely right, Carmen. As men, we're not supposed to have any woman as our purpose. It's not supposed to be that
perfect
way.
Example. That's what happens when you make a woman your purpose. You become Mark Anthony and you get led around by the nose by a Jezebel female, and things go badly for you. But when you're able to firmly and logically and compassionately look at a woman and say, no, like that's not good for you or for me, and you make those kinds of decisions, that's a real man. And that's why real men run societies. And that's why our society is failing and is feminized, is because it hasn't been run by strong men. They have been weak men who have been letting the women run roughshod over them for too many generations. And that's why you're seeing the world that you see.
I don't think.
Do you know something?
I don't think any man, but I think the woman that you made your wife and the woman that essentially leads your lineage, yeah, she should be your purpose.
No.
Otherwise, why are you here?
Carmen,
because when you die, there's nothing here. That is your purpose. Your purpose is to protect your bloodline and protect your lineage. What are you talking about?
Carmen, let me ask you.
Everybody, sorry, not you.
No, Carmen. I'm gonna test that logic real quick. So
we done.
Okay, so if we take your premise, right, and we say that the men are supposed to make a woman their purpose, at what point does a man ever achieve greatness? At what point?
Protect?
Point
I'll tell you. I can tell you.
Wait. At what point do you focus on the mission to achieve greatness if the woman is the purpose?
Until death do us part.
Your greatness is your lineage.
Until death do us part. That's when.
Thank you, Mark. That's exactly what it is.
But notice I didn't mention anything about a man being married. I said if a woman is
no.
At what point do you focus hard enough to achieve greatness?
Until death do us part. You get married and then you go through the process.
I didn't say a man has to be a man to be married, but if that's what you're looking for, then I don't understand why would you be married to begin with.
No, let me ask it again. So you're under the idea that the woman is supposed to be the man's purpose. Did I hear that right, or did I get that wrong?
Correct.
Okay, so if the woman is supposed to be the man's purpose, and women are chasing great men, but if a man is making you his purpose, at what point is he going to allocate time and energy to chasing greatness?
That's what you want to decide. The point is, if you want to make her your wife or not. That's
the woman
what
is supposed to be
defines
the
you.
support system for the male ambition. She's not supposed to be the object of it.
Exactly.
A wife is
guys,
a helpmate. Yes, I agree with that. But you're also
you off, Scott.
Gotta go.
We're dismissing.
Scott.
We're dismissing.
Before you go,
a part of the wife. Like I don't understand what the whole point of you being married is for you to provide your lineage and your bloodline. You can't do that without a woman, and I don't understand how you cannot have her as your guiding point because that is your entire purpose.
Not really. No,
that is. In my opinion.
Okay. Well, then answer me this: why are there examples of great men in the Bible that never got married and had kids?
They died. That's why we don't have any examples of it.
But they never made a woman their purpose, though, and they have a legacy because of that.
The reason why they died, and which is the reason why we just talked about Mark Anthony and Zard or whatever.
I'll be real quick on this point, but then I do have to go on.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead. Go ahead, Scott.
When we talk about religious lifestyles, there's basically two ideals for men. There's either the life of clergy or monasticism, where a man takes sexual purity and makes his sole focus, something like hesychasm.
Monasticism.
He essentially just denies himself, right? And he focuses entirely on the spiritual development of the world around him, meaning that he sacrifices his entire existence and his ability to have progeny to uphold the pillars of the earth, right? This is why a lot of monks, especially in like the Eastern Orthodox,
I was saying that sounds like an Eastern Chinese, like. Yeah.
Well, it's not. We're not like them. But the point is that if you look at the Bible, that's what most of these major characters were. Is they were essentially monastics before the term existed. You look at somebody like Elijah or somebody like Saint John the Forerunner. all these great miracle workers of the Bible, God himself in the form of Christ says, nobody's greater than John, right? And the guy walked around with weird clothes. And he ate bugs. John the Baptist. St. John the Baptist. And so this was a guy who didn't have children. He didn't have a legacy, and his legacy was a spiritual one. It was what he accomplished with his ministry. And so if you are going to take that route, then your sole focus needs to be God and the spiritual development of others. The other option is to get married. And if you are going to get married, then your family needs to become your priority so that you develop your wife spiritually, your children spiritually, that you provide for their needs and you give them something for when you're gone, but you still have to maintain your community. You still have to maintain your spiritual life as well. And so you can't lose focus on that. And your family's supposed to support you in that endeavor. And so that's just what I mean by that. So I do have to go, you guys. The wife needs me.
Yeah. Before you go, I just want to say it's been a pleasure to actually have this. Seriously, man, I think you brought so much to the table, man. You gave me so much to think about. I'm going to literally, when I watch through this video tomorrow, I'm going to literally focus on this last little bit that you just said, because I need to know and understand what you're talking about with some of that terminology. John, I don't really know the Christian, because you people like you always bring up these Christian terms, and you can always quote something from the Bible, and I find it quite impressive. I'm like, oh wow, because that brings light to the table that I don't fully understand. I don't understand the Bible in the same way that people like you do. Anyway, thank you.
I understand. I would look into Eastern Orthodoxy. Or just Orthodox Christianity. It's out there. There's a lot of material on YouTube that's really good. If you DM Zinger or somebody like me, we can give you some specifics, maybe even some books to look into. But everybody, I do have to go now. So
all right, you take it easy.
Take it easy.
All right.
Bang, bang, bang.
Shit like that.
And then there was.
Oh no, that's the tag.
There was 5 in the bed, and the little one said, "Roll over, roll over."
You know how long it's been since I heard that one? Oh man.
Now imagine you meet a guy on Hinge, and then you start talking the audio messages on iPhone, and that's how he talks.
Hey, there you go.
That's how it was.
Oh wow.
Well, it's very refreshing and enlightening.
Now that you mention it, he does have a professional radio voice on some real shit.
He has a nice voice, right?
Yeah.
That's how he talked when we were talking before we ever met face to face. So.
And
Anyway.
see, Carmen, that entire exchange of you and Scott going back and forth is a perfect example of what can instantly make someone attractive without looks. Now let's pretend he's single. All of our cameras were off, and none of us knew what each other looked like.
Yeah, but Charles, mate, doesn't that feel a little bit patronizing that you're telling Carmen to heed some kind of message from that interaction there when she's got a perfectly good, solid relationship going on?
I think if all the cameras turned off, I would not.
No, Marky.
I disagree with every single thing that he said.
Everything he said.
Mark, you was just saying that for example, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he ain't saying oh, let's do this for real.
No, I'm just saying though,
All right, so Carmen, what do you disagree with? What do you think he got wrong?
No, he got a lot of things correct. I think the main point that I disagree with is that I think that once you are married and once you choose to live the life that you're living, that your wife and your kids should be the guiding point. And he said not. I think that should be your purpose.
Yeah, but it's not
otherwise, what are you protecting? Nothing.
It's not though.
And that's what
it's a part of your duty. It's a part of a man's duties, but I think if you say it's their purpose, then that means it's worship. And we're not supposed
Exactly.
to worship people.
Exactly.
No, not necessarily worship. I don't mean it like that, but
Give me
What's
the
the point?
buzzer if I'm wrong, but
the
what
buzzer.
Mark but what
I
Mark
know what you
said,
mean.
but what Mark said, I think it's something of this. I think it's something of the similar sense to like, a female. It's my duty to protect my lady and stuff like that. But ultimately, I cannot put her above God. Like, am I like I'm in the ballpark, or am I absolutely wrong? Or
No, I think
Well,
you might be
especially
on.
if God gave you the duty. If God said, "This is your duty," and then you make it your purpose in life, I think you get wrong there. Because if the woman dies, if the woman cheats, or for whatever reason she's gone, then what are you? At the end of the day, you're a man of God, and you're supposed to worship God. Same thing for a woman.
Mhm.
You
Okay.
have you're designed to do certain things, and it is worship unto God to do that designation. But to then make the designation a purpose makes it worship, I think.
Mhm. But then, like the problem with scripture in today's modern era is that, like, we've got lots of people that follow scripture in a very hardcore way, and you know what scripture can lead to is all sorts of atrocities depending on how people interpret the scripture or use or manipulate the scripture.
That's
So-
true, but that's true. But if you take scripture out of it and just pay attention to how human beings operate in the mating and dating landscape, it proves what we said to be true. Because women because women don't respect men that prioritize them all the time. If a man, just think about this. Just think about this. If Carmen's husband or if Zynga's husband was calling and texting all day long, it may be cute, and it may be cute and give you the warm butterflies in the beginning, but after a while it starts to get annoying, because us men, we're not designed to be putting women on pedestals. We're designed to be getting out here chasing greatness and building something up that other people can benefit from, i.e. our families. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, no mother wants a weak son, and no sister wants a weak brother, and no woman wants a weak husband. So in order for us to make sure that our strength and everything is in place, we have to prioritize ourselves and God first, because I can't get the greatness and the resources that my family can benefit from if I make a woman my purpose. That's why so many guys fall victim to being simps and stuff, because they're chasing women. Oh, let me just take you on a date. Let me just take you on a date. The woman is showing you that she's not interested in you, but you're making it your sole purpose to court this woman that's not interested in you. And guys find out the hard way.
But you spend all your time and resources on something that you're building. How can you do that without a woman? What are you building for? What are your resources for?
Well, I mean, in all fairness, Carmen, in all fairness, I'm single. Sorry, Zynga. I did it again.
No, I'm saying, your community, your country, there's other people around you, your church, your extended family.
I mean, I'm single, right? And I still work. I still pull my thumb out my bum every single day. And it's not because, but I suppose I am driven by women. That's a figure of speech, okay? It's a figure of speech. It's not literal, okay?
I'm kidding.
I'm just saying.
I was waiting for that.
I'm just saying, right? Hang on.
Can I say one last thing, and then I can go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Shout
out to Mark.
Mark said scripture is complicated because it depends on the interpretation. That's why Scott specifically suggested the Orthodox Church, because it has a normative authority in which began in 33 AD by the apostles, and hands have been laid on, and oral tradition has been passed down since then to priests and bishops and patriarchs and metropolitans that you see today. So the interpretation of the Orthodox Church, I would say, is the right interpretation of scripture. There's other churches and Protestant churches and Catholic and all that other stuff, but we're the only church that can that can trace our lineage way back to 33A.
Apostolic
I need to, Zinga, before you go, please, I need to ask you this question, yeah, because I don't really understand.
Smash, though, because
No, don't go.
what he did earlier. Okay.
Zinga, I need to ask you this question, please.
All right.
Please, right? I don't really understand too much. No, I don't know too much about, the difference between being a Protestant and a Catholic, although I understand it on a very basic, from a very basic standpoint. But what do you mean by being orthodoxy? What does that mean? Like, does that mean to be a Catholic, or does it mean to be a Protestant or not?
Just a quick question. Are you, Harris, are you Orthodox?
I am.
Glory to God.
Amen, brother. Maybe Mo can answer this better than I can, but
I mean,
it's
from
not
the
Protestant and it's not Catholic.
If you're if you're not Catholic, you're a Protestant. So
I will preference this by saying that
Catholic,
I am.
You're not. If we're going there.
I will preface this by saying that I am not an apologetic. I am very much an increased, I guess you could say an aggressive inquirer. I'm working on my catechumen status right now. But that being said, I can just say that Orthodoxy would be the separation from Eastern Orthodoxy to the Roman Catholics when they split. And the reason they split is because a lot of the traditions and things like the Pope, the papacy, things of that sort, even the filioque was a big one, even down to like how they sign their cross.
To be honest.
I can make it super simple. Mo is smarter than me, and I'm not as smart as him.
Oh, I don't know about
what
that.
What he's saying is that there was one church in 1054 AD. The church split to Orthodox over in the east, and then Catholic in the west.
Right. So okay.
The Catholic and the Protestant split. So what we're talking about is original, or Orthodox means original or true Christianity. It's the same Christianity that the apostles practiced. And that's what we're trying to practice. And so
what she was talking about is the apostolic succession of passing down the priesthood. That's what she was saying before I came on.
And so when you're talking about interpretation of scripture, and anybody can interpret it any way they want, they cannot. Right. They have, but they shouldn't. And Orthodoxy has been interpreting the scripture the same way since the apostles and Jesus.
Here's a real quick pitch.
Thank you, Zingar, for spending the time to explain that to me. Thank you.
If you want to know how like divine liturgy,
I'll see you later.
Take care.
Take it easy.
Take care. God bless. So here's the pitch for Orthodoxy, right? This is what I tell everybody. If you want to like understand how divine liturgy and how Christians worshipped in the first century, check out.
I've got to quickly turn my oven off. Give me like 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Don't burn the house down.
just bear with me. I've been trying to do this since the beginning of the podcast. Right. Anyway, bear with me. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Go ahead,
man. I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss what you're saying.
Yeah, I really just jumped on just because I kept hearing things from Harris, and it all makes sense now. I kept hearing her say some pretty base shit throughout the entire discussion.
Zinga's cool.
I was like, all right, I've never met her or had the pleasure, but knowing that she's inquiring Orthodoxy, that explains a lot.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. But Mo, since you pulled up to the panel, what do you have on the question right now? What makes someone instantly attractive without physical looks, brother?
What makes someone instantly attractive without physical looks?
And you'll probably get to go back and forth with Carmen again. You remember him, Carmen?
What makes someone instantly attractive?
I remember him with his cap, and I still can't see his face. We don't know what he said. He might have long locks under there. We still don't know what his hair looks
or
like.
just George Costanza. Who knows?
Right.
Well, it's It's an interesting question. A lot of it is predicated on subjective, the subjective of the person. Because if I'm going to speak to maybe towards women, and their preferences and what traditionally they go for, I would say something along the lines of masculine traits that make them feel safe. If a woman feels safe, that carries a lot of weight in their attractiveness towards a man. It also opens up a lot of doors for what she's willing to do with that man. So that would be one thing. So I guess you could say how the man carries himself. What is his social status? Is he surrounded by people who respect him? There's a lot of things that would go into it that would maybe not be based on just physical attraction alone. One second.
Did
I'll
Mark
be
just burn the
right
roof
back.
in his mouth? Did I just see that? You just burned the roof in your mouth.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, that was so hot. That was a silly mistake to make. I just took it out of the oven. Stupid. Ouch. Hey, anyway, you carry on.
Nah, you'll be all right. Now he had to step away for a quick second. All right,
So
so
status. So that's what Mal said. So status.
right. All right, so Coley, I'm not sure if I got your perspective on this, but what makes someone instantly attractive without physical looks?
Oh, you did way earlier. I know it felt like a yesteryear since I said it, but basically, like Carmen matched my answer at the very beginning of the question. Like you have to have. It's like your what do you say? It's like
Charisma,
she gotta have
aura.
like charisma, positivity, all that, because it's like I don't look for look. Me personally, I don't look for looks. I look for a person that can actually be like a very positive person and stuff like that. One who's supportive, one I know that could be there for me and stuff like that. Because I don't look because like a person can look like a 4. And I wouldn't care because I've been with a 4 before, my girlfriend I mentioned earlier that I mentioned earlier back when I was in school or whatnot. But I don't, but I don't particularly, look for looks. I look for if I know she's gonna be there for me and she's gonna be loyal, she's gonna be, one of those that's gonna be positive and not gonna have all that drama and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't really ask for much. And if she meets that that's what's gonna have me attracted to her and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure if the particular female that has a fancy for me or whatever, if she's looking for like the similar thing, you know what I'm saying, then we're matched up.
And another thing, Zinga just mentioned it. I don't think we mentioned it, but Zinga just did. She was very attractive to the intelligence of Scott. I think that's a word for it. There's some type of
intellectual something. I forgot what.
No. Like I'm serious.
There is. It's like
there's like a sexual.
I know.
Identity.
No.
Sexual attraction to intelligence.
Like you're attractive to the intelligence of a
I know.
person.
Look.
I don't know
Look.
what that is.
Look.
There's a word for it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I know the word you're looking for.
Okay, which is
sapiosexual.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Sapiosexual.
Yeah, there's shit like where like I think you're attractive to the mind, the intent.
Yeah, but I think I'm that. I think I've got that. Then I think I would declare,
which I personally think is part of your charisma. But okay,
I would declare myself to be a sapiosexual if that's what it means to be, right? If you're telling me that, because look, when it comes to attractiveness, like Coley just said a minute ago, yeah, he doesn't necessarily base a person's attractiveness solely on their looks, yeah. But I kind of find, right, that like I said before, in a previous podcast that beauty radiates from within a person. Yeah. So there are certain little things like a spark in the eye, yeah, a little glint in the eye, or a certain smile that you as an individual, like you just can't help but pick up on those little cute little things, right? And you find them initially attractive. Now, Coley was saying he doesn't necessarily go for looks, but there has to be initial attraction there somewhere. There has to be. You're not just going like, oh yeah, I don't care if you're the most ugliest dog in the world. Right?
right.
You're not saying that.
Right. Like I said, like I'm going by a person. I'm going by a person's, Aurora. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but like
aura.
Wait, say that again.
Aura. He's going by that aura. Is what he's saying. Don't do the Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but Coley, don't you think then? People get catfish like that. Would you like what if you talk to somebody for 2 to 3 years and then you're attracted to their intelligence or whatever, to their aura or their intelligence, and now you find out that they're Billy Bob living in a trailer park that weighs 350 pounds.
Hey, Carmen ain't lying.
Carmen ain't lying. You still gonna be in love with them?
Yo.
You still gonna be in love with them?
Look.
Okay.
Look, as long I feel like this. As long as she has a respect.
Who the hell said she gotta be a she? You assuming shit. I didn't say she gotta be a she. I said she could be a she. She could be an avatar for all you know. But she
this chick said an avatar. I'm weak.
People fall in love with avatars in video games all the damn time.
This is true. This is so true, and this is how people get catfished. This is how people get catfished because they fall in love with the fake persona.
Do y'all watch Black Mirror?
Or furry for that matter.
There's a whole Black Mirror episode where they literally felt there were 2 males and they literally fell in love with each other's avatar. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Black Mirror. Black Mirror.
It's Black Mirror. Yeah.
Black Mirror. It was Black Mirror.
They were like friends in real life and shit. And he was a female in the video game and he was a male in the video game, and they felt like in love with each other. Like, it's weird. But people can do that all the time. You can fall in love with somebody's whole avatar.
That was the most sickest episode of Black Mirror I've ever seen in my life, man. I'll never forget that episode. I was like, what is going on here?
But as long as the person has respect for themselves and they're positive, not rude, basically not about that drama, and if they respect themselves or whatever.
Yeah. Pansexual.
I don't care about their looks.
Wait, what did you say, Carmen?
Wait a minute, what are you saying?
I said so you pansexual.
No. Well,
he's asexual.
You said as long as the person doesn't have anything, it doesn't matter whether they're male or you're pansexual. That's what it is.
No. What we're not gonna do is get the wrong sexual about myself. I'm not pansexual. I'm bisexual. It's a difference.
You're what?
Yeah.
Oh, you heard me. We're sharing too much. Yeah. Let me stop. We're sharing too much. Change the subject.
Hey, look. Right. but all seriousness though, like I said, the girl that I used to date in high school, whatever, she was a 4. She wasn't looking all that great, but like I mentioned, she took me places where I thought I never would go before or whatever. I took her to places where she never went before. Introduced her to Black food or whatever, what I said, or as Anonymous called it, Negro cuisine, she was awesome up until she had cheated on me after I went into the military and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So it's like
she belongs to the streets,
right? So I'm not really big on looks. It's a bonus. I'm not gonna say it flex. It's a bonus, but as long as a person is positive, loyal, and has respect for themselves, that's the type of person I would want to be with. And that's just my personal preference.
And that's great. I love that for you, Coley. But I think physical, it's important. I mean, I think men are physical creatures. I think y'all put I think a lot of men put the physical on top of everything that you just said. I think a lot of men.
Yeah. You know why? Because most men,
a lot of females that look good that aren't loyal,
think about
that aren't kind,
most men are looking for 10s.
That aren't everything else as you just said, but they're just because they look good. So I'm just saying.
Think about it. Thinking about it, most men, especially in this generation, they look for 10s or people who they classify as 10s. And every time they do, they fail. You know what I'm saying?
No, I said we see Mo's face. He was with his cap down, and he for like
initial attraction's always going to be physical. Anything otherwise, just cope. I mean, now what keeps a relationship going is going to expand onto other traits like loyalty. Can she take care of a house? Can she cook? Can she take care of the kids? Is she loving? Those are aspects that you find later in the relationship.
But that's all things that come secondary, which we talked about earlier, which what comes first. And I said emotional. For men, it's biological. All of that you just said comes second and third. Anonymous doesn't think so, though. Anonymous says
I don't know if it comes second or third, because you can look at even the current red pill community. A lot of those guys look for
here we go again.
Certain
What's
traits
this red pill
in women.
thing?
Well, when you're talking about a red pill, you're talking about a list of descriptors or data packet that men use in order to make decisions in the dating field and the where they place themselves in and how to improve and how to deal with certain aspects of reality.
Well, hold up. I think we need to define what it means to be red pilled, because I think we touched on this in one of our previous podcasts here. Yeah, somebody else spoke about being red pilled, and I'm like, well, hold up a sec. What do you actually mean by that? Because once again,
the way I describe red pill is what I just did. Red pill is essentially just a data packet of information that is a collection over the years that a group of men put together. I mean, it came from originally, it sprouted from the early 2000s. It started out as the pickup artist community. Then that expanded into what was later termed the red pill. It got popularized around 2016. It got a lot of traction. Rolo is a very big contributor to this. A lot of people call him the godfather of red pill, even though he hates that title.
I have no idea what any of that means, right? But when I think of red pill and blue pill, obviously we associate it with the Matrix movie. Yeah,
that's
the Matrix movie.
From. Yeah, that's the
where it came from.
Yeah.
And also, I like to think that we can now attribute the same thing to left and right wing ideologies in the world. So if you're being red pilled or blue pilled, for example, in today's social climate,
I'm talking about the intersectionality of dating fields.
Right. I was trying to get to that. Because like this whole red pill thing for me doesn't fully make sense right now.
Well, to be clear, my stance, I am not a proponent of the red pill. I just don't like to straw man ideologies that I disagree with. If I'm going to critique an ideology, I want to critique it in its best form, not a straw man. So now I will say this, for the red pill community, it does get the descriptors correct for the most part. But how those descriptors are applied in how they deal with it is where I disagree with.
Hey, Mark, there you go.
Okay. I've been silenced because I just don't understand anything that was just said.
Well, what is your question around it?
My question is because we were talking about we were talking about this whole dating scene and this, that, and the other, and how men and women differentiate and so on and so forth. And then you brought up the terminology of red pill, and I've heard it a few times, and I feel like it's a very strange term to bring into a conversation. And it's like, well, where do you what is red pilling in the first place? So, look, maybe it's a side discussion. I'm happy to go into that if everyone else is, but I just need to understand more about what you mean or what your context was when you were trying to apply it to the conversation in the first place.
Mm-hmm. I was talking. Where I was going with that is the manosphere red pill community. They, along with, I would argue, men in general. They do look at relationships in a logical way sometimes, in a lot of aspects. Like, for instance, that they don't want a woman with a super high body count. That's a logical reasoning that they use. That would infer that they would be a better mate long term. Mm-hmm. So that's another data packet. So the red pill, that you could say that's a data point in the red pill. A woman with a high body count has certain things that come along with that. You know a little bit about her personality, what she's like, what she actually finds important, etc.
Mm-hmm. That's very strange because to me that sounds like what I would call doublespeak or left-wing doublespeak, which you don't come across to me as being a left-winger. You come across to me as being very traditional and perhaps centre-right, or maybe even quite medium right. And for you to use those terms of, red pilling and this, that, and the other, and starting to use that like what I would call modern day crazy doublespeak, I find it a little bit intriguing because I think that right-wing people are actually becoming, without them fully understanding it.
That I was using as an example
Marte the other day was like, you can't say raped, you have to say S-aid. And I'm like, what is going on with language today? What is going on? And that's one of the things that really irritates me in today's era is people are using these new terms that don't really fully make any actual
is
sense.
Me using a terminology that is using the dating field?
Well, because you use the term of red pilled, which doesn't really have any full definition. It's a subjective definition.
Yeah, he just gave it
that's your definition. That's your definition.
No, that's what the general red pill community goes by.
Is it? Yeah. But then that's
it is.
It is. Then, like I said earlier, we were discussing semantics earlier. It's like people might look. That is a subjective term. To say something is right, red pilled, I think is a subjective term.
I was speaking to the group of what they believe.
Red pill,
right.
I think it's red pill, blue pill, based on what you stand on. It's what Marcus. It's what I think.
No, maybe Carmen can actually explain it to me in the way that I might.
Okay,
Mark. But do you understand that I was just giving an example of a community and how they view dating?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do, and I got sidetracked on okay. I understand.
I'll give you a really basic explanation of what it is. So if you take the explanation of how it's described in the movie The Matrix and apply it to real life, it's the same. So being blue pilled is being ignorant to how harsh the world really is, whereas being red pilled is becoming aware of how harsh the world really is. So if you take that same framework and apply it to the dating landscape, you can either be blue pilled in the dating landscape and being ignorant to how harsh the dating landscape is, or you could be red pilled and be aware of how harsh the dating landscape is. It's that simple.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. That's cool. That's yeah. Look, sorry, I didn't mean to take us on a tangent. I just wanted to really, I really wanted to ask what you were meaning by what you were saying.
Yeah, I was just commenting on how that community views dating and what they look for.
Looks like we got a little bit of a request from Bernard Whipple. Carmen, say something in Spanish.
He's like, can Mark shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
Not you, not you pointing me. Bernard. Bernard, I think you need to. 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 Bernard Yo no sé qué tú quieres que yo te diga, pero
Hey, if you want to see more than that, all you got to do is go and check out some of her cooking videos. Yeah, because she honestly watch her cooking videos, and you'll be like, oh, I got to watch more of this.
What is this?
All right.
Love connection?
All right, so Mark.
No
real
way.
quick. All right, so Mark, real quick. What makes someone instantly attractive without physical looks?
I think. Oh, see, you say physical without physical looks, because I was going to say the spark in their eye or the smile or something like that, but that's still physical. So I would say like it's something that radiates from within, like a glow, like what Coley said earlier, the aurora. I'm only kidding. The aura that is stupid. It's the aura that people give off, and also I also find a sense of humor really attractive. Yeah, when someone laughs and isn't just like constantly go ooh 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 ooh. I'm like, as soon as you do that, I'm like, you're ugly already. You're ugly inside. Like when someone's got a smile, I find that really, and I know that's physical, but that comes from within, doesn't it? Yeah. So like it's the whole, I don't know, the persona of that positive outlook in life. I find that so attractive. The get up and go, the drive to never let yourself get beaten down, to pick yourself back up through
your voice too. Your voice, someone's voice. Since somebody just asked me to speak Spanish, your voice, your tone of voice. I think you can fall in love with somebody's voice accent.
Isn't that a physical manifestation?
No, it's not.
I mean, look. I said I can speak. I said I can count in Spanish.
How do you make the sounds out of your face hole without a physical body?
Carmen, do you remember I said I can count in Spanish earlier?
You can't see somebody's voice. That's my point.
Yeah, but I can also count in Polish and German and French.
Is only things you can see
Mark's
physical?
His British accent. You can call somebody. You can.
So is only things you can see physical?
Yes, that's the definition of.
Only things no, because things you can touch and feel are physical.
Physical comes from the word physique, right? If I can't see your physique.
Okay.
See, physical isn't just
physical reality. What about like air molecules?
Are we talking about air molecules?
Well, no, I'm just asking, based on your definition, what physical is. That's all I'm asking.
If I can see it,
it's doing a me on you, Carmen. It's doing a me on you.
No, but I'm speaking to the question. The question is, it's.
Yeah, I was testing logic here.
That's physical.
All.
I'm not logical. I mean, I can't.
I know you're a woman. I know you're not logical.
I can't see sound waves, but I know they exist.
Oh.
So, do I find sound waves attractive? No, but I know they exist. You're like comparing two different things that I'm being asked. What are you talking about?
Do you know what an internal critique is?
Do I know what a what?
Internal critique is?
No, I don't.
You don't?
Me. No, I don't.
It's where someone has a proposition, and so you adopt that proposition and ask questions within that proposition to test logic.
But it's not within the proposition because the question is attractiveness as in male and
well, your
female.
proposition that sound is not physical in nature. That was the proposition.
My proposition is you can be attracted to somebody who has an accent or a.
Yeah, no, I was just questioning if is that not a physical manifestation.
No, I think that might be it might be physical. It might be physical, but also at the same time it's emotional, isn't it? Because like the accent brings out emotions in people.
Yeah, I can see that.
The accent does bring it out, and I know this because accents bring emotions out in me. It's not just the English that brings out the emotions in you. It works both ways.
Stop the cap.
It works both ways.
Stop the cap.
All right. Well, what were you saying, Mo?
Oh, that was I was just explaining what an internal critique was. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm struggling to see once again who is this panelist that's joined us again? We had Scott earlier, and who's this guy we got now?
Mo Rebuttal.
Mo Rebuttal.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mo Rebuttal. Well, nice to meet you, Mo Rebuttal.
Pleasure.
Are you going to rebuke everything that we have to say?
Only if I see,
reason to.
That's why his name is Rebuttal, and that's why I'm here to rebuttal everything that you have to say.
Well, we want more. We want a lot more of this.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so I'll go ahead and answer the question and give a little bit of what I think about what makes a person instantly attractive without physical looks. I think that their overall presence can be attractive. I think.
Oh, thank you, mate.
I think that their presence can be attractive. I think that their confidence can be attractive. I think that the way they carry themselves can be attractive. I think that the way they think, the way they speak, the way they conduct themselves with other people. Like if a woman has a very soft and gentle nature, that's something that's not physical. That I think could make a person could make a woman attractive. Sorry. I think that those things are some things that could make a woman attractive. It's kind of hard to go too deep without the physical.
I agree.
If I may, I can add something else to it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that I've been far removed from the dating field for a long time, but if I were in the dating field, one thing that would stick out is what is her relationship with her family, particularly her father. That would be a really good.
That too. Yeah, that too. That too.
I mean, we talked about that earlier. We talked about that when I said that, not in a weird way, but I did say that women, particularly what drawn me to my husband, was the fact that he reminded me a lot of my father.
Yeah. I think that positive male role models in the house are good for both boys and girls. For girls, if you are a man of character, you're basically setting the standard in which she will measure other men in the future. And if you're a poor standard, then she will have nothing to measure against.
And that's exactly what Zinga said. Zinga said, I'm like, well, I married the complete opposite of my father. So I'm like, but he's still the father foundation. But all of that things that you can see, though, you can see that.
Yeah, but if you think about that, that ties into the question before about do we choose our partners consciously or subconsciously?
You're right. I said that we choose our partner subconsciously based on how we were raised. So
yeah. So I mean, all those things kind of tie into it, in my opinion.
I think it's also different for men and women, though.
Yeah, it's 100% different. No, you're right.
And that's what we see. This is the whole point. We were saying this earlier because it's very difficult to categorize things because I think there are so many different layers, and then we've got different generational differences, and we've got like gender differences, and we've got racial differences, and we've got like cultural differences, and so all of these things play a factor, and it becomes very difficult to then start lumping everybody into.
So I can give you.
I don't know. You tell me. You tell me.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's so much as differently with men and women. I think.
No, it is. And I can give an example.
Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
So,
Let's go for it. Let's go.
No, I want to hear what Carmen's pushback. Though. I want to hear Carmen's pushback.
Well, I haven't even given an argument for her to push back on yet. So.
No. Go on then.
No, you did. Well, actually, you didn't. Specifically, but
so
that is different.
So example, if you're let's just take the nightclub scene for example, right? If a guy walks in and he has 5 girls with him, a girl in that nightclub is going to be much more inclined to talk to him, approach him, and maybe even that sort of things. He has the social credit
hierarchy
to
There's
say
a social
like,
hierarchy.
Well, no, it's not necessarily a hierarchy. It's just
social
that
proof.
social proof. She knows that, okay, those girls are comfortable with him, so he's not a creep, right? Now let's look at that same scenario. Flip it. Guy walks into a club. Girl's by herself. He doesn't give a shit. Is she hot? Does he want to talk to her? He's just going to approach her. It's completely different. Guys don't put priority on high social credit because they don't really give a shit in the end. They care about what kind of like mate she's going to be. And if he's attracted to her.
Right. Well, if you think about it, it actually lowers it if we go in there and we see one girl and she has 5 guys around her.
Exactly. Yeah, that actually is exactly opposite.
If you flip it the opposite way and we see that, we're not going to go over there.
No. Or you can think of it as like he has 5 females in front of him. Why would I want to get in front of his face?
You can say that, but
that's not attractive.
it's not the reality.
And
That's
stop it.
not. No,
Stop the cap.
no,
Stop it,
that's
Carmen.
not. That's,
So
that's not,
a guy by himself and staying in the corner, you think is
Yes.
more
Because you're
approachable
ambiguous.
than a guy who's in a group? Are you being serious?
Absolutely.
Well, actually, I think that I can go
Yeah.
off. Right. Hang on. I
Absolutely.
believe that I can go into a venue as a group of people, yeah, and separate myself from the crew, right, and go off and do a solo mission, yeah. And I believe that I can, as an individual, stood in the corner, catch that woman's eye. Yeah, like we said earlier, you get that initial attraction and then you work your magic, right? So you don't need to rely on your bros around you to make you look good.
I don't want the guy that has 10 females behind him. I don't.
Mhm.
Actually, that makes
Stop the cap.
I know. Who the hell wants that?
Stop
Why-
the cap.
Why
You
would
know
I
who
want
would.
that? I want. You know who I want? Ain't no. I don't want the guy that came into the club with 10 females. No, I want the guy that's sitting in the corner looking at everybody and seeing what he wants, because that makes you mysterious. That makes
Weren't
me-
you,
that makes
correct me if I'm
wanna
wrong,
wonder.
Bert, weren't you the one earlier that was talking about the Chris Rock situation where women look at a situation differently than men? Like men see a guy with a good woman and says, I need a woman like that. Women look at a
Yup.
girl with a good guy and say, I want
Yeah, that
him.
was me.
Okay, so it
Exactly.
is that's
Why
P
would
and
I
that's
want
P and
you?
not P. That's P and not P.
No,
You're in a
that's
contradiction.
not. I don't want you. And I don't want the guy that has 10 girls.
It's you can say what you want, but it's a contradiction.
No, it's not.
Well, look, Carmen. I think you're gonna have to accept. I think, Carmen. I think you're gonna have to accept.
I don't want the man that 1,000 women has had.
No, but this might
No,
be
you're
you for you in particular. You're being honest, right? But there are a lot of women out there, right, that instinctively are attracted to a man who knows how to pull another woman. Yeah. So I think
Exactly.
what they're trying to get at, yeah, like, and as much as we like to deny it, like there is a hard truth. There is a hard truth that man that's got a lot of bling on his shoulder, you know, and he's got the charisma. He's got something. There's a lot of dickheads out there. Like, look at Andrew Tate, for example. Yeah, I mean, look, I think he's actually.
Mark,
I don't have a
you're
problem with
you're listing red pilled data points right now, by the way.
Okay, fair. That's great.
Mark, do you
I
know
didn't-
who Flavor Flav is? Ain't nobody want Flavor Flav, okay? Nobody wants Flavor Flav. Even
Stop
though
the
he
cap.
had.
Wait a minute.
Ain't nobody want Flavor Flav. All right.
What are you talking about? Nobody wants Flavor Flav. They had a whole dating show around some people competing to date him.
2 seasons.
No, it was
And
3.
who-
three.
And who
Oh,
cares
3
then?
seasons.
Nobody. And
That
nobody.
doesn't negate the fact that they had a bunch of women clawing after him.
Exactly.
And nobody wants a new
Right.
girl out here.
It's- Man, it becomes so complex because, like, I think we can agree, right, that there is always going to be an inherent attraction to certain traits and qualities in both men and women, yeah? And yes, females will obviously be attracted to somebody who's got a high social status. And, like, the higher your social status, I know this for a fact. When I was a poor person, I struggled and I had to use my charisma and my charm a lot more. As I got older, I learned that actually, do you know what? Like, I'm actually attracting more women in my direction just because, right, I hold myself in a different way. I just hold myself in a different way. And that might be, it's not got anything to do with the amount of women I've got behind me. It's got nothing to do with that, really. It's got to do with the confidence that I know that I can walk into a room, and if I really wanted to, I know I could go out in the pool. And that's what men need to have to be attractive, I think.
You don't need to have confidence. That's different. It's equal to how many women that you have behind you. No. Well, I'm attracted because you're confident. You don't have to have 3, 4, 6, 8 different women behind you.
Yeah, but Carmen,
exactly.
but Carmen,
So I'm agreeing with you, Carmen. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Thank
right,
you, Mark.
but Carmen,
Like, I don't want that.
but this is the thing, though. A byproduct of a man having confidence is that women are going to be there anyway.
So I'm attracted to the walking STD that came into the club with 6 different women. No,
Well,
that's
you-
what I
you-
see.
Yeah,
That's
but you
exactly
don't.
what I see.
Yeah, but you don't know that though.
I
You
live
don't know
in
that.
Atlanta. That's exactly. As soon as I see a man with 2, 3, 6 different women, I was like, oh, so you're walking STD.
Yeah,
No.
but you don't know that though. You
Okay,
don't
well
know
let's
that.
let's simplify it then. Let's say it's a mixed group. Let's say he has like a few guy friends and a bunch of girls with him, right? Now it's just a group. Same situation. He's not. You're not going to assume he's screwing everybody in the group, right?
If
He
I'm
has
looking-
social
No,
credit.
right. So that makes a lot
What's
more
the
sense,
ratio-
actually.
what's-
No,
what's
that makes
the-
sense.
What's the ratio to men and women? If I look at 2 women and there's 8
That makes
dudes,
sense.
I'm-
What
You
he's
tell
talking
me
about is social.
it's your
all of y'all
stipulation
pass
on
around.
this.
That's what I'm gonna do. All of
Okay.
y'all pass around. That's exactly. If I look at a club and I
So he's
see-
passed around the dudes too.
If it's the opposite. No, you know what? If it's the opposite, if it's 2 girls and like 5 dudes.
Oh man, you guys.
So
are
you have
cracking
a
up
very
so much.
specific number that makes it approachable. You have this down to such a science
You
that
put
you.
this science into place.
No, I gave you the example that is very common and has been proven
No,
time
you
and time
gave the
again.
Example as to a man that walks in with multiple women, so I'm reversing it. A man
Yeah.
that walks into with multiple women, I will assume that he's a walking STD. I just said that. Then now you want to flip it, be like, well, it's a group. I'm like, okay, well, what's the group?
The
Because
point
it's a
is
different-
not the point is not even necessarily the group. It's the social credit that goes along with a guy being in the group. You get what I'm saying? So a guy just by himself. This is why guys like it's a common thing. Like when guys go out by themselves and they don't have anybody with them, they find it harder to approach a group of women. It's just a social credit score, if you want to call it that. It's a perception of what that means. Women are more willing to talk to a guy if he has people he's with, especially if it's girls, because they've already
No.
vouched the mere presence of those women hanging out with him means that he is not someone who's going to like take them home
know,
and strangle them, right? Like he's not a serial killer or something crazy. Like it's this comfort thing. Like, oh, okay, it's a social comfort thing.
Right, there is a lot of credit in what you're saying, yeah, a lot of credit in what you're saying, and that's called bro. That's called no, there's credit in what he's saying, Carmen. Please hear me out.
Even in the animal kingdom, you don't see the lioness going out.
No.
Are we lying or are we humans?
Carmen, please hear me out, right? So I think what he's trying to say is something like this, yeah. Within society, we've got like those hierarchies and stuff,
Hold on,
right? And we've got-
one mic. Go
Women
ahead,
do
Mark.
not gravitate to men that have multiple women, even in the animal kingdom. No,
Yeah, they
don't
do.
gravitate. They don't gravitate to what?
Yeah, they do.
Which is
Carmen, you got to hear me out.
Okay.
You have to, because I think there is credit in what he's saying. I think there's credit in what he's saying. I'm not disagreeing with you either. Okay, I'm not taking sides, so don't think that way. I'm saying there's credit in what he's saying because, right, at the end of the day, there is a social hierarchy and a social status that is, like it's built up within the male sphere, the male sphere, yeah. And if I turn up to, if I like I said a minute ago, if I turn up to a club, right, with my group of friends, I can walk away, yeah, and spend the night by myself. If I was to walk in there by myself, yeah, then I would get a different look. And so we are bolstered and amplified, because I like to use that word tonight, yeah, right? We're amplified by our bros around us in that club, and women notice it. They do notice it. If I walk in alone, women will notice it. If I walk in with a group of people, whether they're men or women, they will notice it. And I know this because we do this as a tactic. We've done it as a tactic for all our lives. We go, you need to be my wingman tonight. Yeah, you need to be my wingman. There's a reason why we've got people called wingmen, is because when we go out, we don't want to walk into a bar by ourselves because we don't want them to look like a dick and a loner. So I think there is credit in what he's saying, but I'm not disputing what you're saying either.
Well, here's a question for you. Just just
Yeah,
as
go
an
ahead.
example, right? Let's say you go to an event, right? And it's a crowd, it's some sort of event. There's going to be a speaker, and the speaker, afterwards will talk to people. Who is the women in the group more likely to be inclined to talk with? The guy who was giving the speech or the guy who was serving the dinner?
I'm gonna have to log off soon anyway because it's getting really late, and
Yeah. That's cool.
Let's get it real late.
it's almost half past. It's almost 4:30 in the morning here in the UK.
Oh, you're on the other side, yeah. Across the
Yeah, I
pond over
know,
there.
right? Fuck's sake.
Obviously, the guy with the mic because he was the. he's the guy
Because
with the mic.
everyone is listening to him and he has a social credit, right? He had to draw a crowd to come there to even listen to him in the first place.
But
The
he
guy
didn't come
who's
with
serving
a crowd of women.
How do you know
the crowd
that?
came to him. You're literally part of the crowd that came to see this guy. What are you talking about?
He didn't come with a crowd of women. That's what you said. You're not. You're.
But it's the same. It's the same.
I'm
Carmen,
giving you an
because-
example.
And you're giving examples.
You're saying
of how
social credit
completely
doesn't
not-
seem to matter, and it's just fallacious in its surface of an argument.
Hey,
I
Carmen.
understand.
Carmen.
Yes.
The social proof that he's talking about is 100% true. It is 100% true. You can try to deny it all you want to, but I can give you a solid example. Watch this. Stop the show. Remember a few panels ago when you said that when you were out and men saw that you had a wedding ring on, they avoided you and they stayed away. They didn't try to holler at you. But you said when your husband goes out and women see that he has a wedding ring on, they try to shoot their shot at him anyway, knowing that he's married.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
say that.
Bang, bang.
Women
And
want
you know
men that
what?
other
And you
women.
know what? And you know what? And exactly. They saw that wedding ring and they stay away from him because he knows he's committed to one female, not three.
It doesn't matter though.
I
It
think
doesn't
it
matter though.
matters.
Listen. That's why women are okay. The women are not okay with a man that lives at home with his mom, but they're okay with being with a man that lives at home with his wife. That's the difference.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's always been a thing. That's why there's a term called a mistress. The side chick is called the mistress. What is the equivalent of that on the opposite side? If a woman is married and she has a side dude, what is that side dude called? Is there a term for that?
It's your boyfriend.
I rest my case. If that doesn't prove that the social proof argument is
It's your boyfriend-in-law. He's your boyfriend-in-law. That's what it's called. That's
But
what it's called. Your boyfriend-in-law.
what I've accurately illustrated is that what Mo Rebuttal said is 100% true. You think all these women went to a Chris Brown concert to do a meet and greet because they think he's monogamous? They were spending rent money to take pictures with him.
Bro, they're spending.
If you don't, if that doesn't prove that the social proof and what Mo is saying is true, I don't know what else to tell you.
No, I think Carmen, you do realize it. I think you're just being like whatever.
I think
But
there's attractiveness.
you understand. You understand what you
That's
say.
why. That's what I think that women are attracted to. There is an attractiveness and exclusivity. So yeah, to answer the question over here, yeah, when you seem exclusive, you're not out here balling it out and with a bunch of females. Yeah, it makes
Okay,
you more
Carmen.
attractive.
Okay, cool. Let's test that. If you
You're
ever
exclusive.
No, hold on. So let's
don't press Carmen so much, please.
No. I'm gonna use
Don't
I'm gonna
press
use
Carmen,
an
unless
example
she's
for-
up
I'm
for
gonna
it.
disagree with. I'm gonna disagree with you all night because I don't have feelings.
Yeah, all right. Keep pressing
Well,
Carmen.
I
Let's
already
go.
gave you the example that proved my point, and you agreed with it earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Somebody's toxic,
Okay, so
toxic,
think about
toxic.
this. If
I love Carmen. She's so
Okay,
cool.
so
She's
let's
really
say-
good. She's so cool.
Right. So let's say your
Go.
husband's out, right? Let's say he accidentally left his phone and his phone starts ping, messages coming in. And you
Hey,
open it up.
whoa! Stop texting me. Why are you gonna get me caught right now?
So his phone is going off, and you realize that he left it at home, but you see that it's his phone, and you kind of go through it because you look like the nosy type, where you might want to sneak a little peek, and you see that he got a text message from a chick. If you see that he got a text message from a chick, are you gonna break up with him?
Charles? Does this face look like nosy face? This face right here?
Yeah, it does.
This smile?
Yes.
Of course not. Of course not.
Look, see that Coley, she tried to do a psychological game on me right now, and it didn't
Yeah.
work.
She's
It
smart.
didn't even work.
She's smart. You do realize, right?
Wait,
Charles, I think she plays you at your own game. I think Carmen plays you at your own game.
No, she doesn't.
I think she actually plays you at your own game.
What I say earlier in the broadcast.
Would I lie to you? Would this
Yes.
face lie to you?
Yeah.
No, it
Yes.
wouldn't. This
Yeah, it
face, this hair. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, it would.
Let me.
Look, that's a disarming tactic. When they try
I
to
love
play-
that. I
they
love
try to
that.
play
I
the
love
little
that.
damsel
I
in
would
distress,
never
the
lie to
dainty little
you.
woman. Yeah, that's cap.
That's
Stop
what.
the
That's
cap.
exactly right. That's what I love.
I am
That I
so
love that.
nice.
Yeah,
I
that
am
right there.
so- I'm-
Yeah,
I
that right
would
there was
never
a
lie
lie.
to you.
And the
Mo,
lie
would I lie
detector
to
test
you?
determined
No,
that was
Mo
a
can't
lie.
even see your face. I can't even see Mo's face. Mo, would this face lie to you? Of course not. Of course not.
Yeah, well, you're a woman, so yeah, by default, you're gonna probably lie.
Oh, whoa.
Exactly.
Well, y'all got trust issues. Anyway, who hurt y'all?
Look, see,
That's
yeah,
what I
look,
would. Who hurt
look,
y'all? Who
look,
hurt
see,
y'all?
Coley, there goes the gaslighting. There goes the
I
gaslighting.
would never lie.
Yeah, you lying right now.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, you lying right now.
I wish I could play certain songs, but I don't want to get this channel in trouble for copyright.
Oh no, it's all good, man. All I got to do is say fair use.
Yeah. I'm literally looking right now for the "Would I Lie to You" song right now.
Mhm.
Would I lie? I would never lie.
Yeah, that right there is a lie. But anyway, does anybody else have anything else on the topic?
Yeah, I
What
got one
makes-
last thing to say. I've
Yeah,
got
go
one
ahead.
last thing to say. I've got a bed to get to. It's very late in the morning. I'm off. Okay. And I've really enjoyed. Oh, whatever. Shut up. Shut up. I've really enjoyed.
Your ass on, you get your goddamn ugly ass.
No, I'm just messing with you, bro. Also, that's the official merch or what?
Yeah, it's my merch, bro. I've sold a few t-shirts. Mate. Yeah. I'll do all that.
You got hoodies.
Mate, like, look, I've got caps. I've got like proper peak caps, like 40. Like we're talking, they're decent ones, yeah. Like proper embroidered. This is my t-shirt. Like as you can see, it's very well printed. Yeah. It's quality, bro. Quality, and I designed my logo myself. You know,
Okay.
I designed that myself. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, I've sold merchandise, and I've even sold a t-shirt to someone in America. So I've done it overseas.
Oh, there you go.
I'm just saying.
That was going to be my next question.
People don't realize this part about me because I try not to promote myself too much in this place, yeah. But I've got a big history of like being a good promotional like entrepreneur. Like I keep trying to explain that, but I don't want to make it all about me. So I saved it right till the end, yeah.
Okay,
But I'm just saying, if you really want to check it out, then you need to like start looking up Nova Bear. That's NOVABEAR. And also, I just want to say I really enjoy spending this quality time with all you people. Like,
hey, there you go. It sounds good to me. All right, so real quick, does anybody else have anything else on the topic so that way we can go ahead and close the show out?
just kick me out, bro. Kick me.
No, I think I'm good. Thanks for having me up, and I'll
Oh,
catch you guys next time.
Absolutely. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get ready to
Take
close
care.
the show out. We're going to do final thoughts, and then we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of promo for you guys, and then we're going to go ahead and close it out. So, Coley D, where can the people find you, brother?
They can find me at Coley D Studios on YouTube. We're about to have like I said at the top of the broadcast, we have a whole bunch of things that's going to happen this year there or whatnot. You can also find me. You can also find me at Coley D 1983 on Instagram, which I'm gonna put that in your inbox on Facebook after this. Yeah, so like a whole bunch of big things are coming your way on Coley D Studios on YouTube. So please be looking out for that. Big year for it. 20 years as of June of this year. Stay tuned for that. And before we kick it off to the next person, that's what's up, Bernard. Hey, appreciate you lasting this long throughout the broadcast. That's
Bernard Ripple says, "I got a dip, y'all. Have a blessed one. Always love. Bye, Mrs. Diaz. Tell your husband no disrespect."
Speaking of Carmen, I found something for you. Fair use.
Would I lie to you? I would never lie to you.
Would I lie to you, baby? Oh,
all right.
Would I lie to you, honey?
You lie!
Now what? No, this next part.
When will the lies end?
Now would I say something that wasn't true? Oh, honey, would I lie?
Oh, you know the words. Oh, she's so cute. I said that out loud.
Yes, you did.
Oh no! Did I show y'all Stitch? I made Lego Stitch.
Oh, my sister has that. She has that in the pink one.
What is it? What is it?
In this one?
What is it? What is it?
The exact same one.
It's Legos. It's Legos. It's Lego Stitch and Lego Angel.
Ah.
They would have. Oh. I would not lie to you.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
Oh,
no, I believe that.
Carmen up here lying right now.
Ain't nobody lying.
Yeah.
She ain't lying.
Yeah.
She ain't lying. She ain't lying.
All right,
No,
Mr.
man.
Mark, where can the people find you, brother?
Yeah, well, just check me out. Like, I don't know, I'm all over the place. I run like all sorts of Facebook groups as well. And one of the things that I do really enjoy also is, I'm going to put it out there, I'm a massive drum and bass head. So there's a like English genre of music. And I run a group on Facebook, and you should come and check it out. It's called Drum and Bass Heads Uncensored. And it's all for those that love their electronic music, and you should come and check it out. But you can find me all over the place. Just Google Nova Bear, like literally, and look for that logo, and you'll find me.
Okay,
Yeah?
Cool. All right. So, Carmen, where can the people find you?
Y'all can find me on Instagram. Go look at my cooking videos. I just do them for fun. Ain't no cooking with Kaya over here. So if you expect that,
Stop the cap.
I ain't for you. I am not for you.
Stop the cap.
All right,
Yeah.
Mr. Coley, we're going to do final thoughts, and then we're going to close it out. So, last thoughts on the show, man. Did you hate it? Did you love it? How was the show for you, brother?
Very interesting. This one I have to say, and I think this is the longest broadcast we had. I had to like in between. I had to tell ESPN to we're gonna be long tonight, so we had to postpone college football or something. But but anyway, great show like always. I think this is a statement that we lasted this long on the first show of 2026, and I'm looking forward to go overtime with this group every single time. You know what I'm saying? So hey, bring it on. I can't wait for the next one.
Okay, Mr. Mark, last thoughts on the show. Did you hate it? Love it? How was the show for you, brother?
It's everything I expected it to be. Everything I expected it to be. You know something? I was always apprehensive when I first started attending these shows. You know, I was always a little bit anxious whether what's the point of me attending this, that, and the other. But do you know what? This is the first show that I actually really looked forward to attending. I was like the other day. I was like, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to catch up with you lot. Like, I was like, wow, that speaks volumes. It's like, look. And I'm so glad that you're here, Coley's here, Carmen's here, and I just really enjoyed just spending quality time with you tonight. So as far as I'm concerned, like, it's perfect, absolutely perfect.
Oh, there we go. I appreciate that, man. Big shout out to y'all. And Carmen, last thoughts on the show. Did you hate it? Did you love it? How was the show for you? Even though we was going back and forth, all of us are going back and forth.
I don't know. I feel offended because Cody laughed. Like, God, yeah, let's see. No, I know.
Stop the cap.
Oh snap.
No, you know what I really appreciate about this is we don't always agree. Well, most of the time we don't agree. But I think that's fun because at the end of the day, we walk away and you don't agree with me, I don't agree with you, but we are very respectful of one another. So I respect that. Even Mo, I know he had to leave, but even Mo, I'm like, okay, last time, this time, but we're very respectful and you learn. So we don't all have to agree. It wouldn't be much fun if we all agree.
Well, yeah, because I don't want to have a platform that's like an echo chamber. Like, I'm okay with people having their different perspectives, people pushing back on the things I say, I push back on the things you guys say. And I think it makes for not only a great conversation, but it makes for great content because we're just being ourselves. You know what I mean? I don't expect people to come on putting on personas. I just want you to be you. That's all I ask. It's just be
and
you.
I also appreciate the fact that when you do disagree, you back it up. I think everybody that we have different perspective, we weren't just saying it. I think we backed it up with so I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I agree that heavy.
Well, because what it highlights for the viewers is that it's not just a bunch of idiots with microphones in front of them. You see what I'm saying? And not only that, but see, I got to give a special shout out to us because I just realized that all of us on the panel are wearing glasses.
Bang, bang.
You know what?
Damn.
Yeah.
And they're all black frames too. All black
They're all
frames.
black frame glasses, man.
Yeah.
Is that saying something or what? Is that saying something?
Well,
Where's the emoji? That's a black frame emoji. Somebody put the emoji up.
I don't know if you see it. Mine's
I'll do it.
Like a blue, like if you get really up close.
They're blue.
Yeah.
Well, even still, man. Even still.
I try to do a little a hat
offsetting
a little bit to Sally Jesse Raphael because she wore red glasses.
I remember her. Yeah, I remember that.
So I decided to get blue frames like close to like Thanksgiving time or whatnot.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So did you have anything else you wanted to say, Carmen? Because I know I kind of cut in to talk about us all wearing glasses and all that. All right. Okay. Okay. So if nobody has anything else, I'm going to go ahead and introduce next week's topic. And next week's show is going to be the fate of society, the rise of independent women. That's going to be next week's topic. Yep, the rise of independent women is going to be next week's show. Yeah.
Interesting.
Lucky for some, others, no.
All right, so next week's show is going to be next Saturday around 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Everybody that's on the panel, you guys are automatically invited to come back. I'm always going to be reaching out to y'all to let y'all know when I'm doing the show. Y'all are always invited. And if you have other people that might want to, pull up and have a conversation, if I give you guys the link, you guys are more than welcome to share the link. If you think other people might be able to come up and contribute to the conversation, I like to make sure that I have my platform open to other people because I believe in welcoming all different types of perspectives. And I think that we as human beings, all of us have some sort of story and we all have some sort of perspective that another person might benefit from. Even though somebody might not agree with what I say, but they may agree with Mark's point. They may not agree with Coley's point, but they may agree with Carmen's point. And so that's kind of why I like doing this, because it gets us out of our shell a little bit, and then it brings us together to just have a good time. And that's kind of what it's about. So I want to give
amen to that, brother.
Yeah, I want to give one big shout out to everybody on the panel.
Bang, bang.
Oh,
shit like that.
Right. And with that being said, we're gonna go around one more time. Where can the people find you, Coley?
Find me on YouTube at Coley D Studios, bro. Find me there. Big shit this year. Big shit.
All right. Okay. Mr. Mark, where can the people find you?
I'm just saying, Google me at Nova Bear, Novabear. You'll find me easy, and just look for my logo, the bear. You'll find it. You'll find me. You'll find me.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And Miss Carmen, last but not least, one more time, where can the people find you?
Y'all can find me on Instagram, Carmen.ds92, and no, I will never lie to any of y'all.
Stop the cap.
All right. You know what? You know what? I got a new button that I added that I hadn't played all night, and this is in response to y'all. Y'all
niggas crazy, blood.
Charles.
Yeah, what's up?
What is that device you got? That thing? What is that? Like, give me the name because I want to look it up because I love my tech. Yeah. So, what is the name of that device, please, that you're using for your samples? Yeah, your samples.
I'll show you real quick.
Yeah. Well, just send it to me. Just send it. Yeah. What is that device? Send it to me. Send me the make and model.
It's called an Elgato Stream Deck. That's what this is.
Stream Deck, right?
Yeah. So
okay.
Basically, what this is it's a button console where I can set up different menus and I can assign different sounds to different buttons.
Yeah.
And so whenever I hit one,
damn son, where'd you find this?
Yeah,
so like if I want to give us a shout out, then I'll hit this one.
Shit like that.
I'm gonna buy one, man. Send me the link. Just send me the link, please, because I can't remember the shit. Just send me the link, yeah.
Yeah, I make
or like make and model or something, and I'll do my research.
Okay, cool.
Anyway,
you got to make
very much.
Well, make sure you set aside some money for it because I don't know what the prices of it would be over in the UK.
Bro, I've got like lots of stuff like that. Yeah, that will be the least of my worries. Okay.
Okay. All right. But yeah, it's called an Elgato Stream Deck, and I'll send you the link to it. That way you can kind of look it up and then see how you can get one. And I remember Coley said he wanted to try to get him one too. So I'll make sure I send y'all that information so that way y'all can set aside some resources and invest in y'all stuff.
If you get yourself an affiliate link, then you can just send us the affiliate link, and then you can get a commission through it if I buy through your affiliate link.
Well, I bought this at the store.
Oh, yeah, I know. But you can still do an Amazon affiliate anyway, and just affiliate us and just say, look, I affiliate. I don't know if you've done any of that stuff before, but you affiliate and then you get a discount and rah and so on and so forth, and it works out good for everyone.
Oh, okay. Well, that's something I'll have to look into. But with that being said, y'all make sure y'all tune into next week's show. Once again, it's called The Rise of Independent Women, and we will be going live around 4 p.m. Central Standard Time on next Saturday. So with that being said, I got to hit y'all with this one more time.
Y'all niggas crazy, blood.
And that's
including you.
Yeah, me too. I'm crazy too. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close out the show. You guys take it easy and make sure y'all tune in next week. All right. Peace.